Oh crap! I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there, but I fixed it. Everything's fine. No no emergency. Hmm. Am I getting sick? Am I getting like the sniffles or something? Don't know how I feel about that. All right. Let me make sure I can get at least most of the keys in. Hmm. Not enough of the keys in. Are you saying Arrowade? mm, mm, I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Medley number 253. 253. Today's feedback today. Today's uh n- negative feedback day. Today's feedback day. I'm not gonna limit it to negative feedback. At least not yet. Not yet. We'll start broad and then get more narrow as we go. The medley is actually going to be intermittent while we talk about that and what that is. Hello, Sick Nick, and good morning to you. Hello, Daniel, and good morning to you as well. Um, Today we're going to be talking about um, season 3 of Morning Medley. Sorry, season 3 of Morning Medley, and how it can change, what we don't like about season 2, maybe what we didn't like about season 1. Going into season 2, maybe that's a better place to start the conversation. Season 1 was a thing, guys. And I know not everybody here was around for it, but it did exist. It did happen. And it was, in quite a few ways, characteristically different than what season 2 has been so far. A lot of things went away, or I should say some things. A number of things went away in the transition from season 1 to season 2, and a few things were added. Now, this isn't because I, took a poll or anything, or even asked people about the things that would be taken away and the things that would be added. It was more so just like me freeballing, me coming up with ideas, me going like, I don't think that this is that great of an idea. I don't think this is that great of an idea, and so instead of continuing in that fashion, this kind of random, more so self-controlled from season to season changes, I'm consulting the people. Is there anybody that is in the stream now that was in season 1? Hmm. Season 1 of Periscope Instagram? No, season 1 would be Morning Medley 1 through 100. I would say that was season 1. Oh wow. I guess 1 through 200. Wow, I didn't really think about that. Season 1 was very long. Let's call season 1 100 to 200. Let's call episodes 1 to 100 uh the pilot. Let's refer to all of that as the pilot. Mm. Works for me if it works for you guys. Um Jesse missed those. It's okay. It's okay. What am I playing? It was a nice riff, says Star. It was technically part of um, Jumping Jaybird, but I just changed the the second refrain to go down not as, I mean, the second chord not to go down as low. So jumping jaybird is. So I just took that part and changed it. Thank you, Cyber. Where am I supposed to hear jumping japers? It's actually jumping jaybird. Dar, sorry about my pronunciation of it. I have a really lazy slur through a lot of words, and sometimes it can be hard to understand what I'm saying. But it is not on Tall Tales. It was written more so recently and named even more recently by Maddie, who used to be in the streams pretty often. It is not released. Dar, I apologize for this. It lives only in my brain and in the streams. But I'm glad that you like that riff, Dar. Okay, thank you, Daniel, for the shorts compliment. I do like these shorts. They are possibly the last purchase I made at H&M. I think. Yeah, it looks like something that H&M would sell. Okay, so it's season 3's just starting. Let's just say season 1 is whatever you want it to be. Season 1 is whatever you want it to be. You want it to be the Instagram streams, you want it to be the Periscope streams, you want it to be the Facebook streams, you want it to be 1 through 100 as well. I personally am referring to season 1 as 100 forward, because I feel like by the time we made it to episode 100, I feel like I had kind of molded at least somewhat of a rhythm and a schedule. So in my brain, season 1 starts at episode 100. That's what I'm going to say. Episode 100 to 200 was season 1. Episode 200 to 300 is season 2. It also helps in that numbering of it because, the season, all of the episodes within that season are going to start with the number of that season. Season 100, all of those episodes start with the number 1. Season 2, all of those episodes start with the number 2. It's a little bit easier for me, and it looks cleaner as I'm scrolling through it, much like the Monday through Thursday improv and then Friday production stream. I forgot to silence my phone. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. There's too much talking in this particular stream. Hold on. Let me get this bad boy quiet. Oh my god. Yeah, the Slack notifications were about to eat me up. They were about to eat me up today. Okay. So, I'm sorry that the stream keeps stopping, Lindsay. I don't know why that's happening. I honestly have no idea why that's happening. It shouldn't be. This thing that you're experiencing shouldn't be happening. Okay. For those of you that don't remember season 1, or maybe you weren't here for season 1, it was very similar to the way the seasons go right now. The only major difference was that I didn't necessarily have the morning medley section in any of the episodes. Really, it was a lot more freeform. Sometimes I would have sorry, my monitor just died for a second, so I'm not gonna be able to see comments for a couple of minutes, a couple of moments. Just a quick reminder for everybody that is in the stream, if you could please like the stream, I would appreciate that while I explain the discussion that we're about to get into. So if you weren't here for season 1, it's a little bit more freeform. There wasn't a lot of structure to it. Every now and then I would do like a movie recommendation. Every now and then I would do a song recommendation. Sometimes I would do kind of what we see in season 2 as well, where it's like there's a section for a medley, and then there's a section for improv, there's a section for me working on songs, and I would also do occasionally I would go over to my computer and I would actually start a beat, like a random beat, and then play on top of the beat for 30 or so minutes, kind of like a live Lush Dream thing, if you're familiar with my Lush Dream mixtape. So, that was kind of season one. Season two incorporated more frequent production. So there is like now a Fruity Loops section of the stream, um, and as time went on, I kind of molded it to be like more of like a Friday thing, and I like nailed down exactly what times we were working with. I made it a 6 hour stream. Like that was more of a season two edition, and I got rid of some stuff from the previous season, namely like the movie recommendations, the song recommendations, and stuff like that. That kind of went away. Also, the live beat thing, like where I would go over to my computer and just start a Fruity Loops like loop that I had made, maybe the night before, and I would come over here and like improv on top of it. I completely got rid of that section of the stream. Um, I didn't ask people if they liked it. I didn't ask people if they were cool with me removing it. I just took the initiative to get rid of something that I felt was a weaker section of the stream. Weak because I spent part of it off screen, and also weak because the drums and everything you're hearing, all of the sound bouncing off the walls in my room. I just felt like it wasn't the optimal representation of my music on top of percussion. So I got rid of it. Um, Going into season three, I have some ideas of what I would like to do as far as changing, maybe taking things away from season one. I mean, from season two, adding some things to make it a little bit newer. We talked in some pretty broad. We talked about in some pretty broad ways about what season three would be in a previous stream yesterday. So in yesterday's stream, we talked very briefly about what that could look like. Um, Somebody mentioned like my closet door, that being an issue because it's always open. Cyber brought up like maybe not being so casual because it's like I do have these bow ties where if you're familiar with my room, a lot of people aren't by the way, but if you're in the stream a lot, you probably have become familiarized with my room to some degree, and there are a lot of bow ties hanging up, and that's not the first time somebody has said something like, yo, I never see you in a bow tie. I see all these beautiful bow ties, I never see you wear one. And that is because my bow ties are very specifically designated for live shows, like when I go out and I play live. Um, and since the stream is so casual and like in my bedroom and in the early hours of the morning in my schedule, I don't really dress up. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible, and that doesn't mean that it's something I shouldn't do. It's just something that I don't naturally do. So, sorry everybody, my monitor still is dead. When it opens up, I will catch up on all the comments that I'm sure I'm missing. Wow, Spectrum hates me. Spectrum, what? Anybody? Does anybody have Spectrum? It's just like, it's like there's no. It's like there's. Not, this is not the stream to complain about internet service providers. This is the stream to talk about season three. And I'm sure people are saying things about. I will catch up on your comments as soon as my monitor's back on. But until then, there are some things I thought about adding and taking away going into season three. I even thought about platforms and stuff like that. I mean, there's definitely some things that I've considered changing. Yo, why? No, I'm not gonna talk about the internet. I'm not gonna talk about it. There we go. Jesus Christ. What a nightmare. Okay. Where was I? Momtown says nothing. Um, I'm finally replacing my Pixel 2 XL. Whoa, Cyber. Wait, we have the same phone? Wait, no. We do, but don't, if that makes sense. I have a 2XL in my room, but I don't currently use it. I use the 3A, the like weird cheap, like like boo boo model, the like Boboma phone model of the 3. Okay, But I wish you plenty of luck with your new phone, whatever you end up going with. Good morning, Liana. Welcome to the complaint stream. 170 was my first Friday stream, says Dar. Word. Season 1. That's good. That's good. That's good. If we are considering 100 to 200 as season 1, I actually was here for that, says Jesse. Yes, good. This is good. The drum beats, yes. The drum beats were in season 1, and they were removed in season 2 completely. It's season 3 now. Season 3 starts at episode 300. I like pilot impressions. Okay. Day 1. That's the whole thing about it's hilarious. Removed due to DMCA. Little Caesar's video. This is true. This happened. Spectrum is butt, says Josiah, who feels my pain. Yeah, Spectrum is horrible. Eventually we'll have the hoodie sweatshirt thing again, says Star. Yeah, eventually when it gets cold enough. But it doesn't stay cold in LA for very long, so it will be short-lived. Moptown is half asleep. What was the mom's friend story you were going to tell me? Ooh, that's a good story. Remind me a little bit later. We are in the middle of something, but yeah. Yeah, that's a fun story. It's fun for me anyways. Hi, mate. Welcome back. What a good stream for you to decide to be present for. We're taking complaints. We're taking complaints today. How about that? I didn't know I could like the stream myself. It's cool. It's cool. I can like the stream myself. I didn't know that I could do that. Okay, Ava is here. Wow. How are we holding up? We're doing a complaint stream, Ava. We're doing a complaint stream today. I don't want to talk about politics right now. Maybe at the very end. Maybe at the very end, but maybe not even that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Does anybody currently in the stream not live in the country? I know sometimes we'll have a far out of towner in the stream, but I think we're all Americans here. We're all Americans here, right? Yeah. No, wait, doesn't Eddie live in Canada or something? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Point is, I think. I think I'm going to start with. Dar comes into a lot of streams. Dar, I'm singling you out. Oh wow, Dar has a question for me. Dar, I wash all of my clothes. It's part of laundry. You should. If you ever wear anything, guys, in the stream, I recommend that you wash it. I don't wash stuff that I'm not necessarily supposed to wash. I don't think anyway. I think I'm supposed to take it to the dry cleaners. Anyways, I throw everything in washing machines, Dar. So that is how I wash everything. Back to my question for you, though. What would you say is an annoying part of the season 2 stream? Or maybe if you were here for season 1, maybe a part of the season 1 stream that you wish would come back. Like a bit, like an aspect that maybe left. Maybe. Do you want me to write these down? This is wild. I actually have a notes app open. I mean, it's a Google Docs app, but yeah, I am ready. I'm usually very good at complaining, but it's honestly hard to hear. Oh, the time you cried was funny. You should do that more often. Wait, are you saying it's? Oh, you're saying it's hard to complain here? I thought maybe you just misspelled here. Is the audio good, Dar? I actually don't. I'm gonna be honest, I don't go back. I've said this before. I don't really go back and listen to the streams intently. I'm usually so like done with the stream when I'm done with the stream that I never open the stream again. Audio is fine though. Dar says audio is good. Okay. Hmm. Word. Well, that won't happen, Dar. But if that, I mean, probably won't happen. But I do appreciate that feedback. Dar wants me to cry more. Dar wants me to be more emotionally vulnerable in the stream. I think I think Dar that just like my own temperament, if I can be a little transparent now, a tiny bit, um, uh, I think that there was a hold on, hold on. Let me go through these categorically. I think I'm just like not somebody who even like when I'm like with my like homies, like there isn't really a lot of crying coming out of me. There isn't a lot of like uh, ooey gooey, good and fruity. There's not a lot of that. But I think usually when something big happens, that can happen, right? Like I'm not really somebody that like cries in movies a lot. It's going to take a lot, and I think the time that you saw me cry on the screen, it took a lot. That was a lot. I think even if that thing happened again, probably wouldn't cry. It was kind of like a mixture of unfamiliar territory and it also being a big deal. So I would say probably not gonna see me cry too often in the stream again. I'm not gonna say never. I'm just saying that um, anytime I cry for something, I feel like the bar gets lifted. If you're gonna make it a competition though, where you're going to try to make me cry in streams, it's gonna be an uphill battle. If I'm being honest with you, word. As far as you feeling that you were queer baited in Speed Dream, I apologize. That's definitely not the point of Speed Dream. That wasn't what the goal of it was. Was it trying to queer bait? I think when I made the term, I mean when I made the term, when I made Speed Dream, I didn't actually even know what queer baiting was. Like that wasn't even a term that existed in my brain at the time when I made Speed Dream in 2016. I think that's a thing that I didn't even hear out loud for the first time until like 2018, I think, when somebody told me K-pop was queer baiting, and I was like, word up. But that's definitely not wasn't my goal of Speed Dream. In fact, it wasn't until we talked about Speed Dream, not us, Dar. It wasn't until I talked about Speed Dream openly with fans. It wasn't until I talked about Speed Dream openly with fans that I realized that everybody was like, people wanted that. People wanted that relationship very bad. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. I had never been in some way involved in or responsible for like a fan shipping of things because I don't really release a lot of my fiction to the public. I write a lot of short stories, but I never share them. Speed Dream is like the only short story that I shared, and that's only because I could technically upload it to SoundCloud. But yes. Oh, Eddie wasn't in the stream. Um, why did I cry? It was my birthday, and people did a nice thing for my birthday, which doesn't really happen for me. And that's not some like ooh poor Omni thing. I don't really celebrate birthdays. I very rarely wish people happy birthdays. Birthdays have not become, nor were they ever like a thing for me. I've gotten in trouble for this in the past. I've had friends have had a birthday and they're like, you didn't even get me anything. You didn't even buy me anything. Everybody said happy birthday to me. You didn't even say anything. It's just because like I'm not really a birthday person, really. I'm not really even a holiday person. I typically don't do anything for the holidays. I'm just not festive, I guess would be the best way to put it. Not I'm not like I'm just like not like that. It feels like a chore when I do stuff like that. And so I typically don't. And I also don't ask people to do anything for me on my birthday. I usually don't really hang out with people. I don't like post stuff on like Twitter about my birthday typically. I kind of just like mind my business. And so that is why there is a bigger reaction for me, Eddie, on my birthday this year. Wow, that was this year? Jesus Christ, what a long year. Okay, anyways, That is why, Eddie, if you were not in that stream. Um, word. Um, Dar. Well, I guess I won't leave you in the hot seat, Dar. If you do come up with anything like any complaints though, I have the table is now open for you, whether it's in this stream or in stream 299, where it's far too late to implement anything into season 3. I do want to hear from you if you do have a complaint. Um, word. Um, it's weird when people feel more ownership over your birthday than you do. Than you. Yeah, I just, I don't know. It's nothing against specifically birthdays. It's just I just don't really like obligatory uh, festivity. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't like when it's like, hey guys, it's Valentine's Day, it's time to do the thing. Or hey, it's our anniversary, it's time to do the thing. Or hey, it's Christmas, it's time to do the thing. I kind of just like it when the thing organically happens. Do you guys ever just have it when like you and your friends link up and it's a very memorable time? Or when you and your family have a good whatever and it's just very memorable and there was no occasion, it was just, you felt like spending time with the people you care about. I like those things. Um, I don't really like it when there is like a enforced feeling behind it when it feels like an obligation. I don't really like that. I know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of people, if they don't have that, won't do that. If their friends didn't have birthdays, they probably wouldn't celebrate their friends. If they didn't have Christmas, they would probably never get their family members or their friends or their loved ones things like material things, and that's fine. If that helps you, but I just don't like it that much. It's not really for me, I guess. Hey, so it's like when people take a picture and expect me to smile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is your picture. I didn't ask for this. I'm not gonna smile for your picture. You wanted this. You put this on me. Soothsayer says, I'm with you on me. Why should that day be special when every day can be special? Soothsayer, every day is special, including today, Morning Millie 253, which is complaint day. Soothsayer, you're always in here. Soothsayer, every now and then you'll say something. It's usually something pretty important. I like that you seem to never speak unless you have something of substance to say. But you are always here. You are always here. What is a complaint that you would have about the stream? It can be a small, nice complaint. It could be a very tough, hard, mean complaint. But like, what's something? Complaint maybe even is too strong of a word. What is just a thing that you see in the stream where you're like, hey, this could be cooler maybe. This could be better maybe. Maybe this would be make the stream more engaging or fun for me. Is there something like that for you? Soothsayer? Do you have sooths to say today? Hello, Alexis Friday. Alexis is drunk. And London is about to go into another lockdown. I did see that on the news, Alexis. Stay safe. Stay locked down, I guess. Also, sober up in your own time. In your own time. I actually have to hit up Shilling, my friend who lives in London, and see if she's okay and how she feels about all of this. Oh, feedback for chat as well, says Ivy. I'll send it in a Discord message, says Soothsayer. Oh. Okay. I appreciate this. Dang, it must be really mean. Soothsayer's like, Soothsayer's like, I've been waiting for this moment. I have like a whole... Yo, why are they here all the time, bro? Oh, it's Wednesday. My bad. Oh, they're about to get a ticket. They've stopped sending parking enforcement, and now they send this lady that drives a car that says Intercon Security. I don't really know what that means, but boy, does she make it. I've never seen anybody give a car a ticket faster than her. She like takes a picture of the license plate from the car, drives around in a circle, and like opens the door, pops out, and she already has it like out. She's a machine. Anyways, Tara says, Alexis Friday, I don't know if that's British slang. I don't know if that means goodbye. Like it says, personally, Alexis. I keep saying Alexa. I am so sorry. Hold on. The street sweeper's here. I'm not gonna try to talk over the street sweeper. Alexa says, I personally think the stream is pretty cool. No negatives from me. It's nice to see someone just being creative and watching that process. Oh, thanks, Friday. Appreciate that. Um, I'm pretty sure in Iron Man, when Iron Man redoes his in suit AI that talks to him, it changes names a few times. And at one point, I think its name is Friday. I think he changes the name to Friday. It's like this kitschy girl. This like, because I think. Anyway, wow, I'm sorry. Anyways, thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that. Um, okay. Um, uh, please. Dar says he missed my complaint. My complaint is that Ruby V8, Vate, Ruby version 8, Ruby volume 8, maybe, comes out in 3 days and you haven't even started the show. I have not started the show. This is a thing. It usually takes a lot of recommendations for me to start doing something. Again, Easy Door recommended me the movie. Don't even remember the name of the movie. Wait, Heaven? Kingdom? Something? City of God? Recommended me the movie City of God for 2 years before I was able to watch it. And I loved it. Now, is this the first time I've indulged in something recommended in the stream? No. It's just the first time I've actually liked something that people recommended me in the stream. So I'm always a little bit wary of people that don't like actually know me personally recommending me things. It's nothing at all against you at all, Dar. In fact, I appreciate you for feeling, um, like you can share something with me. It's just, I don't. It takes me a while. It takes me a while to dig through recommendations for sure. And also, I'm always a little bit more tentative when the person doesn't know me very well because I feel like they're just recommending me something that they love a lot, that they want me to love, and not necessarily recommending me something that they feel informed enough to believe I would actually enjoy. Um, Alexis Friday says, "Yep, I was very excited about that moment in Avengers." Alexis actually understood the reference I was making. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Maybe I like you more than I thought I did. Anything that sounds remotely like Alexa turns on. It turns on. That's pretty funny. City of God, very good. That movie is amazing, says Josiah. Right? And it took me 2 years. Easy Door brought it up like once per 10 streams for 2 years, and I finally watched it. Now, Isidora, I can't tell if Isidora just knew enough about me as a person to know I would love that movie, or if it was just an incredible movie that no one can not love. I don't know. It's mostly the soundtrack, says Dar. Our souls are bonded, also, says Dar. Think you like soundtracks because of the chords, to be honest. Very chordy tings. I do like chords, and I do like chordy tings, Dar. However, a good soundtrack on media I don't enjoy does not make me happy at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. There's a lot of very good examples of these things that had amazing soundtracks that I did not actually like the movie or the show. And instead of leaving with unfortunately for the people involved in the music, instead of leaving with like the good, like, ooh, that soundtrack sure was good, but the thing wasn't good. Instead of leaving with that, usually I kind of just leave with like, that thing was kind of whack. And the soundtrack kind of just falls into nothingness. I really liked the soundtrack to this game called, crap, what was that game called? It was like an early PlayStation 4 title. and you were like the maybe PlayStation 4, maybe it was PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, I don't know. But you were like this little kid and you had a stick and there was this big like golem character and you had to do a lot of collaborative things with the golem. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh my god. I'm not gonna be able to move on now until I remember this. It was like, oh my god. No one's gonna know what this game is because it was nothing that people talk about. It was like, oh my god, I don't even. It was like Legend of something, Guardian of something. Aguba. I mean, what did you just say? Why so specifically soundtrack? Oh my god. No. It's definitely not a Gooba. I'm so sorry, Josiah, that I said that out loud. It was just in my head. Um, I think it was an Xbox 360 game. Oh no, I don't remember anything. Was it a PS2 game? No, it couldn't be. Dang it. It wasn't a. Oh my god. Golem. Assistant character. Oh my god. Please, Google, please. Oh no, that's not it. Oh my god. Oh, this is the worst. I wish I never thought of this because now I'm not going to be able to like. I'm not going to be able to be okay. Last Guardian. It wasn't Last Guardian. Soothsayer. It wasn't. But yeah, very similar gameplay. And it wasn't Knack 1, but it kind of looked like it, if that makes sense. And it was like Majin. It was like, because I remember making a lot of Majin Buu jokes. Wait. Majin video game? Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom? Is that it? Is that it? Yes! Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom. Um, Wait, why was I trying to remember the game? Oh, Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom, for me, had such a good soundtrack. Like, while I was playing it, I was like, this game is kind of whack, but man, these songs are good. And after the game, I can't recommend that game to anybody because just the music was good. And I don't think you should have to play a game or watch a movie or watch a TV show to get a good soundtrack. It does add a lot of context to the music, though, sure. You know, but what was I saying? We were talking about complaints with the stream. Somehow we got on. Oh, because Dar wants me to watch Ruby. Dar wants me to watch Ruby really bad. I have to. I like. I'm not gonna say it. What I was gonna say, Dar, is that I watched like some like promo stuff for Ruby, and I was like, and looked at some promo stuff for Ruby, and I was like, wow, this looks like something that I would absolutely hate. But I'm not going to use that as a review because one, I haven't seen it, and there have been several times there where I've looked at the trailer or something, or the preview of something, or the promo for something, and thought this looks really whack, and then I ended up playing it, watching it, reading it, and then it actually ended up being pretty okay. So I'm not going to say that that's enough for me to not engage in Ruby. Yes. Mom Tom was asking if I had my smoothie already. I was so busy yesterday with the stupid curtains that I forgot to prep bananas. So, no, I don't have a smoothie today. No smoothie today. I do have some leftover pizza from Pizzanista, though, from yesterday. So, my breakfast is going to be the breakfast of a slob this morning. Eddie says, corny question. Can you give us a quick list of 5 or more movie, shows, anime you really like, just so I have an inkling of an idea of what you like? It's a pretty good and very considerate question, Eddie. Nobody ever asks me that. Nobody ever like tries to get my algorithm. People don't care about me enough to get my algorithm. Are we getting a lot of sun? Are we getting glare? Whoa. Hold on. Let me try to make an algorithm for Eddie. Yes, you can go next, Cyber. We're ready for more complaints. You can keep the complaints coming while I cook up an algorithm for Eddie. I felt the opposite when Ruby was announced and the character trailers were being dropped. It looked so cool to me, and I was excited for it, but never watched it. Oh, that's funny. Hmm. You look pale now, says Eddie. Good, 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 good. Hmm. I'll just drop the number. Thanks, Cyber, for making it organized. You should make an effort to dress up more, even if it's simple. But hi, as mentioned previously. Yes, I remember this one. I actually did already add that one to the Google Doc. Um, I mean, the broadcast quality of the stream with direct audio if possible. Although I understand. Yeah, that's another thing. These are also really good. Um, control lighting. I know it's under process now, but yeah, hazy mornings are a bummer. That can be true. Um, playing different instruments to keep the melody and showing specific instruments to keep you practiced on those. This is good. I know you're not worried due to your social economic factors and the neighbors' makeup, but please lock your front door. We are. That's funny. Don't be afraid to do different things in the mornings. We appreciate the peaks and the. Okay, so a few things. These are all also very good and well thought out. So I want to thank Cyber for one, organizing these, and two, actually going to type all these out because this is more work than maybe even I would do. Um, sorry, I just saw Eddie's comment and it distracted the heck out of me. Okay, so we did talk about the dressing up thing in the previous stream. That is something that is in the stew. That is something that can be cooked up. Um, broadcast quality with the stream, with direct audio, the issue with direct audio, and this is not like a veto issue. This isn't like this is why it can't happen. I'm going to be transparent with the issues on why that hasn't happened because I have thought about that, right? Having just a second interface, which would be money, but having a second interface and doing direct audio, so you guys are hearing like the crisp, clear piano that's happening. But the way that power works in my bedroom, in my apartment in general, is that there isn't a lot of power on this side of the room. All of the power outlets, and I don't know why this is, are over there at the furthest corner from me in the room. So let's say I was going to do interface audio into the stream. Then I'm no longer necessarily using my phone. Now I'm using a webcam. Maybe one of the webcams that I have for the production Friday streams, which I should say actually have worse quality for whatever reason than a smartphone. I mean, no, that actually makes sense. That just makes sense. That's actually not that weird. So then I'm putting a camera over here, and I basically am moving my computer setup to my bed to record this. I would also need a mic to record in the audio from my voice because I do talking. Like, so Cyber, if it was just piano, then I would feel pretty comfortable just doing audio out because like I wouldn't need like a freaking mic stand and like a mic setup over here, like or a mic like somehow like sitting on the piano or something. I wouldn't need that. But if I did that with like the interface, the mic now, the camera setup, all with stands over here where there is no power. The way I have this stream set up is I currently run my keyboard's power all the way over there with like an extension cord that goes all the way around my room. This was a bedroom, not an office. Like it was kind of an old apartment that was made for like maybe a lamp and an alarm clock. Definitely not all the stuff I have plugged in. Like sometimes I look at the amount of extension cords and stuff I have being routed here, and it gives me pause at times. And so one of the main reasons I don't do that, because I have considered doing that even for season 2, but I was like, I would have to set up so much stuff here every morning and then take it down because I do sleep like where the camera currently is. Like I do sleep there, and so it would be a lot. Like I would love to do that if it were just something that I could like set up and kind of leave. Like if I were like a YouTuber where I did have a designated spot for like broadcasting, and it's like, here's my setup. Unfortunately for me, a lot of that setup would have to be periodically broken down, which does not make it impossible. I could get an extension cord and I can get a mic stand and a second mic because that mic is proprietary for that setup, which is fine. I get a second mic and a second mic stand. And then maybe I can unplug my current interface and then just hook it up over here every morning. Basically, what I'm saying is it's not impossible. And I've actually thought about it because it would increase the sound quality, right, of the morning medley. It would just be a lot of setup breakdown every single morning. One of the cool things about the Friday stream is that I don't really set anything up or break it down. Like when I go over there, most of the quote unquote setup is just um, attaching my two cameras, which takes what, like 10, 20 seconds, and then taking the towels off of my keyboards. I'm not actually having to pull out keyboards, set things up. It's all permanently set up like that, which I do like. It helps for the workflow, but um, that doesn't mean that it's not an all or nothing thing, right, Cyber? It's not an all or nothing. Maybe there's something in the middle. Maybe there's like a halfway point that they can get at where it's like the audio quality and the broadcast quality can be improved without it being a direct audio in thing. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, we have slightly less than 50, well, like slightly less than 10 weeks to come up with it. So I feel like that's ample time to reach some type of compromise, maybe. As far as controlling the lighting, hazy mornings are a bummer. I, I am sorry. And I also like the idea of controlling lighting. I actually thought about when I was talking to Sachi, I was like, why don't I just get like one of those makeup tutorial ring lights and set it up also on my bed behind where the phone is? And then like the lighting is great all of a sudden. I have thought about that. I haven't ruled that out. That could be fine and cool and good. That's not, yeah, maybe. I haven't really worked with lights though, Cyber, to be fair, so I would have to learn a little bit. I don't know how the lights, because if I draw this curtain, it doesn't necessarily make my room pitch black. I don't know. But I have thought about that. And those lights aren't prohibitively expensive, so I do like three. Three out of the first three feels the most realistic and reasonable, I guess. As far as playing different instruments for the medley and showing specific instruments to keep you practiced on those, I have gotten rid of a lot of my other instruments, like my melodica, my accordion. The reason that I got rid of those is because the medley takes place early in the morning and they're just so loud. It's not even necessarily like a. It's not that I didn't like the accordion. It's just like living in an apartment with walls this thin. There's so few times to practice the accordion. Now, if I was an amazing accordion player, maybe like every now and then I could like roll out a few songs, but it's like I'm not that good, and I know how I would feel with these thin walls if my neighbor was practicing accordion in the morning. Um, it would make me feel away. If accordions had like a volume knob, that would be huge for me. I think a lot of the issue with me not playing a lot of other instruments, like a bass guitar or whatever, like going to my parents' place and getting the bass guitar is like they're louder than the keyboard. And I don't have a house. I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of like Twitch streamers do have houses, so they're not really worried about noise. Um, but unfortunately, I have to be considerate to my neighbors. And so the accordion, after a while, I was like looking at it and I was just like, I think I need to get rid of my accordion. I love my accordion, but I think it's just not, it's not. I don't live in a place where I can play it. It's like a violin or a drum set. It has like one volume, and that volume is loud as heck. And you know, sorry. Anyways, I do want to play other instruments though. maybe if it's like a Friday stream thing, maybe if I do ever go get my bass guitar, maybe I can like plug in the bass into my interface, because then it essentially creates no noise, right? It creates no noise, and maybe that's a thing that I could do. I'm definitely not closed off to that. Um, I'm not closed off to that. I'm currently trying to get rid of instruments instead of adding more instruments in my poor tiny room. I don't have a lot of space to put things, and so adding adding more instruments um, that don't conveniently fit on my desktop sometimes can be hard. But maybe if it's just a bass guitar, I can, I can like find, I can like maybe put it upright in my closet or something. Yeah. Um, something to think about. Something to think about. Good things to think about. I do like that. Um, what was that, 4? Yes, that was 4. Hmm. Um, um, I'm glad that you care about me and want me to be safe. Also, cyber, as far as the door locking thing. Um, oh my God, I feel like I've missed so much of the chat now. Okay, okay. Good morning, Easy Door. Good morning. Um, your laptop webcam could maybe be an input. No, yeah, that's definitely what I was considering, because I just can't run all this stuff right to my desktop. I can't move my desktop over here. I was definitely talking about my laptop, because I use my laptop for a monitor right now. For sure. Um, yes. Yes. Bum, 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 yes, yes. This is the purpose of this stream. I'm trying to get to the bottom. I need Omni to wear a hat, says Bobtown. A lot of hats just don't fit comfortably over my hair right now. Every now and then I'll wear one though. Very rarely in the stream, but every now and then. I don't really like the way I look in hats with my hair this long. Daniel says, when you're playing piano and talking, you're much quieter than the piano. This is actually a very good point, Daniel. I didn't know that. Thank you. As far as like volume control, I can always turn down the piano, or I can just like try not to play over myself while I'm talking. I think the reading light would solve that problem, says Lindsay, because it's washing out. That's the problem. Word. Okay. And that's a fixable thing. The only thing that fixed the lighting is if there was like a ND filter on his phone, unfortunately. Or he put a diffuser on the window, and that wouldn't be great. See, that's actually really important for me to hear. Again, I don't know anything about lighting. I've never lit anything. I've never gotten lights and lit a scene or lit for music videos. Somebody else always does that whenever I've been involved in things that were properly lit, so I don't know anything about. That's why I was thinking, like, there's so much sun coming in through the window. Even when I like close the blinds, it's like still like kind of like creeping and poking around the window, and I was like, would that interfere with a ring light at all? Would a ring light just magically fix that? I actually don't know. So if anybody knows more about lighting than I do, maybe that's something you could tell me about. I'm doing okay, by the way, Isidore. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Jesse says, with the ring light, the camera may expose better. What happens when you turn on the flash? I'm using a front-facing camera on my phone, so that's not even a thing. That's not even an option I could use. Okay. If only my upstairs neighbor thought like you, says Eddie, who I guess has a pretty noisy upstairs neighbor. People are obsessed with you closing doors. I think people are just worried about me. Unfortunately, like, I mean, and it's good to have those conversations. It's just I'm not really gonna change my lifestyle, and I am sorry that does. It seems to cause people some type of like anguish or something like that. People are worried about me being safe, but I think to I hear people when they say it, and I do appreciate the care and the concern. that's the foundation. I do appreciate the care and concern. I've talked about why I am the way I am and like what my background is, where I was born, where I was raised, why I behave the way I do, and I think that a lot of other people in the stream don't have that background, so it's harder for them to understand. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's just like I'm just gonna leave it as is and apologize whenever it comes up. Whenever somebody is like, Omni, don't walk, don't. Are you kidding me? Don't walk there. Or like, Omni, you gotta, don't have it. The cops will shoot in the window and they'll like blow your brains out, or they'll go down to the end of the cul-de-sac and they'll walk up the stairs and open your door and murder everybody. Like, I hear you guys. I definitely hear you. Um, but I just there's a lot of things in my life and my upbringing that have informed the way I live my life. It's too late. It is too late. Um, it is too late for that. And so I do apologize. Whenever it comes up, I will always apologize and I will always mean it. But I'm not gonna change my lifestyle to that degree. It's like a founding part of me at this point. I know the pre-YouTube days, says Liana, the lighting wasn't much of an issue because of the camera angle. I do like the current angle for piano visibility, but lighting definitely could be improved. That's another thing. I do like for people to be able to see the keys. If you came to earlier piano streams, like earlier seasons, the piano was almost the focus, and my face wasn't really in it, especially with the window thing. Sometimes my face wasn't even in the frame because the focus was my hands and the piano. The shift has since the focus has since shifted more so from piano focus to more so just like me focused. But I've always tried to make sure that I get the keys in the. Always try to make sure that I get the keys in the shot. But again, yes, this is a problem for lighting. I maybe need to make like a crash course or take a crash course on lighting, so that I can understand how to properly light an area or a scene. My issue isn't necessarily like lighting this, because I feel like getting lights would be simple enough. However, this window and the way it faces and how intense the sunlight is that comes through, even with these like sun blocking blinds. I'm sure you guys have seen in the Friday stream where like I have my like sunblock blinds up on that window, but it's still just like a beam of God comes through my window still, and it like gets right in my eye or it gets on the keyboard and messes things up. So it is rough. It is rough. Maybe when I no, that's not gonna fix it. Anyways, it'd be like that sometimes as Jaime. Ideally, a phone would compensate, but it's hard to say without a test, says Jesse. It wouldn't magically fix it, unfortunately. Good lighting information. Is your bedroom light on? My bedroom light is not on. It's almost never on, actually. It's almost never on. I don't spend a lot of time in my bedroom, like, at night, really, unless I'm, like, working on something. So, very rarely actually turn on my bedroom light. I usually just open the blinds for light. Okay, I also think you could benefit from more decoration in the background of the stream. So, Liana, I have thought about that. The funny thing about this stream is that it is pointed at the least decorative part of my room. This corner, because it's like that corner has like all my bow ties and like my Omni Boy stuff. This corner has like Kingdom Hearts posters and my annual posters. This corner has like the Avengers, the Little Caesars, and the Oswald stuff. And this corner does kind of have nothing. And I think part of the reason why it has nothing is because my closet doors never close. So maybe if I did start closing my closet door, I could put things on my closet door, right? Maybe. I know that there are like people. Oh my God! I wish that somebody had knew who I was talking about when I said this name. I know my friend Neat in the Discord last night. Because what I was gonna say is I have a friend named Neat who has a very like their studio space is almost overwhelming because it's like every square inch of the wall is taken up by something. He's like hung up all these amiibos that he has. He's like got over like 50 Pikachu Pokemon cards. I didn't even know there was that many Pikachu Pokemon cards. And he has them like taped up on his wall. And he's got like the mood lights, and he's got a bunch of like really cool stuff. And like, I mean, this is like a trend, right? When you look at somebody who's doing a Twitch stream, or they're doing a YouTube video, usually they have done a lot of attention to detail in the background to make things look nice. And usually there's a little bit more room behind them than, you know, the 3 inches that are between me and the closet door behind me. So there's like, you can see their room, and they got plushies set up, and they have like all their instruments neatly stacked on racks and like all that stuff. And I just don't have a lot of space behind me for that. In my room, maybe the angle of the webcam makes my room look bigger, but it's really not big, guys. It's very small. It's very, 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 very small. And there's a lot in here. So there really, I can't, for example, this keyboard can't really go anywhere else. The foot of my bed is kind of the only place that this keyboard fits. So what I could do, Liana, is I could start closing the door, like somebody said in the past stream, and maybe add some decorations around here to the wall or to the back of the door, maybe. That could be cool. I mean, working with what I have thought about that, Liana. Maybe that could be a thing. Um, but yeah, but I would have to work with what I have. I do have a very, very, very small bedroom, and I just can't move anything. It is like locked, you know, like there's no wall space. It's like desk, filing cabinet, bed, keyboard, closet, dresser, door, desk. Like it's just there's not walking space in my room. I'll put it that way. Yes. Even if it's just posters or prints, I think it could help. I appreciate that, Liana. It's good input. Um, I think I think about that. There's this. I lived here for a long time. A long time for me to live in one place, and so I've lived here for a while. And for the first year, I've kind of talked about this maybe like 50 or 100 streams ago, where I was like, it took me a really long time to start putting things up because as a like a kid, when I typically shared my room with my little sister, so there wasn't a lot of like putting stuff up. I didn't really own the space. And then once I did own the space, I was always worried that we were going to move because we moved a lot. So I didn't really put up posters or decorate things or paint anything. And when I moved here, I kind of just held on to that habit. I just like didn't put things up. And then like 3 years into living here, I was like, I think I want to put one poster up. I'll start decorating stuff. And then I went like wild and was decorating everything. And then I just stopped. I personally really like white walls. Let's talk about how boring I am. I personally really like white walls, wood floors, and black furniture. If that was if I had a house, that is what my house would look like. White walls, wood floors, black furniture, white instruments, black towels on my white instruments, white walls. I kind of don't like it when I go into somebody's room and there's like a bunch of stuff all over the walls. It like reminds me of like a 14-year-old's bedroom. And I don't mean any offense to 14-year-olds, but when I would like go over to my friends' places and they had like all these posters and it was like, oh, Inuyasha, The Matrix, Michael Jordan, like I was like, god dang, this is a lot. And so I personally never adopted that decoration style, but I understand that on screen it's very boring to look at somebody that doesn't have anything up. So I could do that. Right? It would almost be cool, like, because I have those posters, right? You've seen my year-end posters. A lot of people have. It would be so cool if those were in view ever of anything. But they are on a wall. Maybe I move them. No, I can't move them because my air conditioning unit takes up wall space. Wow. Dang. Well, that's something to think about, though, Liana. Maybe I just buy stuff. I don't know. Maybe I just buy posters of things I'm into. Like, what am I into? I don't know, Degrassi. Ooh, I would actually put a Degrassi poster on my wall. That'd be tacky as heck, but I would do that. That'd be fun. Basically, the background is a vibe, a setting. Use it how you want it, for sure, Liana. This is very helpful. I will try to do something. It is like it almost is like this is just happens to be the spot that is the most boring. Cause like my door is like covered in pizza stuff. Yeah, every literal other wall has things on it except for this one. So I don't know if it's as simple as moving things to this wall, or if I decorate the space. If I like take a week or 2 weeks and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to decorate this space. Maybe that's what it is. And if that's what it is, I can do that. We can make like a whole thing about it, and I can like involve you guys in it. Maybe I like have you guys send me stuff too, and then I put it up. I I would at one point, this was a long time ago, before I moved to LA when I was still in Arizona. Um, I had my track. I had a song on SoundCloud, which I'm not gonna say the name of, but I had a song on SoundCloud that was my first track to get 10,000 plays, and I was like, "This is huge. This is monumental, man." And I actually went and I printed out all of the comments, like in the most janky way. I opened up a comment and then I printed screen, and then I cropped it in MS Paint, and then I printed them all out, and then I used double back tape to stick them all around like the entertainment center, that I guess I call it entertainment center, but like my computer desk, because my computer desk had like a little arch that went over the screen, and I stuck them all over there, and then I would read them every day. It was like a self esteem boost for me because I thought my music sounded like trash at the time, and maybe I do something like that. I don't know, but that's pretty. That is very helpful. I would say, Liana, yours is the thing that is easiest to fix. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a better suggestion than anybody else's, but I would say it's easiest to fix, and it also is something that I think about, you know, a lot. So these are good. These are good. Hold on, because I have to add these things. Monday Mail. Is that from something? I mean, is Monday Mail a thing? Is that like a Blue's Clues thing? I know Blue's Clues had mail, right? Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. Yo, if you guys ever want to play that game, what am I saying? You're not gonna want to play that game. Never mind. I mean, for somehow my Google Doc closed. Also, really quickly, I mean, we're only an hour. This is normally where I would be like ending the medley portion and getting into the talking portion. I do want to thank everybody for being helpful um, during this, and also for being organized. This particularly is for Cyber. Thank you, Cyber, for being very organized about yours, because I literally can just like, you know, copy and paste literal, you know, like your words. I don't even have to put it in my own words. I can just copy and paste everything you said. So thank you, Cyber, and also for everybody else that's being really cool about this, because I know it's like a weird thing. I know it's weird. It's not necessarily something that maybe you guys feel like you should have to do, and it also, whoa, cool, whoa. Sorry, just seeing a thing that Google Docs does that's really cool. Um, Interesting. Yeah, baby, just lay it on me. Do you guys care if I save your names with the suggestion? I don't have to, but that's what I've done so far. I promise there will be music in this stream. I promise. Oh, that's marvelous. Thanks again. And then I'm going to put Liana's down there. Liana says, your space is ugly. Make it less ugly. Make it less ugly. Okay, Let me get to the bottom of the chat again. Oh my god. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry, everybody. Um, if I missed one, did I miss one? This doesn't feel boring. There's so much going on with that door open. Oh. The door open, I will admit, probably feels or looks like janky and stupid. And there's just a lot of, like, hygiene products up there. It's probably best if it's closed. It's probably best if we close it. I need... There's other steps. There's preliminary steps in order for me to close it. I put myself on FL. I was on Ableton, says Yashido. Daniel says, why'd you switch? And they did not answer. So, moving back onto the complaints. I'm pretty sure I played the demo, says Eddie. I didn't say that. I was joking, Liana. Just to clarify, I have no problems with the door open. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Jesse, but I think that if I'm going to like make the space look better, it's best if the door is closed because then I can put stuff on the door. I'm just not somebody that does that. I'm not somebody that puts things up. So, right? There's an issue that I have, which the stream is fine because I guess if it's behind it doesn't really matter. But usually when I'm working, if there's like a lot of stuff in my area, my brain thinks it's filth. Do you ever like try to make a meal? Like you try to cook a meal in a kitchen, but people haven't washed dishes, and so it's like, maybe you guys aren't like me, but it's really hard for me to like cook and create in a space where there's clutter. Sometimes I look at people who like, they're like, oh, this is where I make all my music, and they have like a lot of like anime figurines sitting on the desk, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that, bro. Like I even tried to have these guys. I tried to have like these guys on my desk while I worked on music, and it was like giving me all the stress, and so I eventually had to move them all. And so having a lot of like posters and stickers up, all of the stickers that are above my production thing, I guess they're high enough where that doesn't bother me because they're not like in my creative space. It's weird, something weird to navigate, but it definitely exists. Overall, I'm a mess with closets. I'd put a poster up on the backlight or something. Whoa. I can't cook till my kitchen is entirely clean, says Jesse. Word up. So I'm not crazy. What does it even look like closed? You'll see soon enough. Jaime, I will close in a future stream. I can't yet because I fixed my curtains wrong, and if I close, my curtains will fall, and I don't want my curtains to fall. But in a future stream, I will close it, perhaps for the entirety of season 3. Leon says floating shelves are cool. Everything is super minimalist, entirely planned. I feel you, Jesse. It's really hard to cook work in a space that's messy. Sometimes, so that's not unheard of. It's just sometimes my brain receives decoration as clutter or mess. Like if I go into somebody's kitchen and they have like wireframe roosters and like little iron pigs and stuff like that, it's like you go into somebody's place and it's like, oh, this is my aunt's place. She just loves pigs. And there's like little pig like porcelain thing, and there's like a pig ironwork. Yes, there's like a pig painting, and then there's like a pig cookie jar. There's like a pig magnet on the fridge. I go into that kitchen and I freak out a little bit. Too much pig, too much mess. But that is why all my spaces are very boring to most people. It's a lot of monochromatic stuff. It's a lot of drawers that hide things. It's a lot of towels draped over things. I don't have a very fun space. And sometimes I'll look at, please look at Neat Space, guys. I don't even know if I need to link his video. I love that man. I love that man so much. There is a list of men I love, and he's one of them. No one needs this. I don't even know if anyone in the stream is like a particularly a Neat fan, but I'm going to do it anyway because this man he's like my antithesis. He's like the opposite of me as far when it comes to like spaces. Do 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 do. I will play it. I will play. I will play 253 in one moment. I do like these suggestions though. I particularly ones the ones that feel like, oh, this is gonna be something that I even have maybe some ideas for. Dressing up more, even if it's as simple as a tie with a cyber one. Dressing up more. Dar loves it when I wear button ups. And I've talked about the reason why I don't dress up in the streams, which is that this stream happens right after my workout, and I'm usually pretty sweaty. And so I don't want to be sweaty and kind of gross and then put on my nice clothes. You guys know what happens when you get sweat on silk, right? Most of my bow ties are made out of silk. And so I don't want to sweat my nice clothes. And so I've thought about how to fix that. How do I fix that? Do I change my entire workout schedule and work out before bed? Or do I start the stream later, right? Do I start the stream later, allow myself enough time to work out, and then shower, and then put on clothes, and then start the stream? Do I start the stream at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m.? Do I wake up an hour earlier? You know, there are ways to fix this. It's not an unfixable thing. For sure. For sure. It's not unfixable. But, yeah, I have thought about that and what I could do about that. So I like that one. I like that one. Upping the quality of the stream, the broadcast is a lot more difficult, right? Is a lot more difficult. Friday stream broadcast quality is stellar compared to Monday through Thursday because it's not live sound. You know, it's direct in audio. It's taking the audio from an interface instead of taking it from a mic. All of the the piano and my voice are going through the same thing. In the Friday stream, the piano and my voice are coming in through two completely different inputs. So it's a little bit more organized, a little bit more crystal clean. And if there is noise happening outside, I can always just mute my mic and you guys can still hear the music from FL Studio with clarity. That's not a thing that can happen here. If the garbage man comes into the stream, you can't really hear the music as much or my voice because we're recording all the sound in my room. So that one's a little bit harder when it comes to Monday through Thursday. When it comes to Monday through Thursday. Only because I talk, because I would need to have a mic. Doing the audio in is easy. It's not easy, but it's very doable. But then I would need to have a mic for the morning medley, which means purchasing an extra mic and having the mic set up. I'll say this, if morning medley becomes a lot more produced, Monday through Thursday, Friday is produced in comparison. If morning medley Monday through Thursday becomes a lot more produced, everybody in the stream talking to you, realistically, it probably happens less often then. Just because every morning, waking up and setting up the mic, getting the light set up, getting the camera set up, setting up the interface, testing levels, all of that stuff, I'm probably not going to want to do that every morning. So realistically, if I do that, if I'm going to up the broadcast quality of Monday through Thursday, we might be looking at 2 or 3 less streams a week. Maybe I'm just streaming on Tuesday. Maybe it just is like a morning medley improv stream and then a production stream and then an improv stream and then a production stream. Maybe it's just 2 streams a week, just because it's a lot to do. And I'm trying to, I said this a little bit in yesterday's stream. Season 3 is ideally, right, like all things, if everything goes as planned, whatever the plan is, Season 3 will coincide with the country opening up again. And if that happens, I'm going to be playing shows again. I'm going to be going to meetings, like actual physical meetings again. I'm going to be leaving my house again a lot. I'm going to be traveling more often again. And so the morning medley taking more effort and more time, I'm just trying to be a little bit more, like I'm trying to, I'm trying to be like I'm trying to anticipate because the reason the stream is how it is right now is because I wouldn't count it being opened up, says Lindsay. Word. But regardless, Lindsay, I am going to be leaving my house more in 2021 than I was in 2020. Um, it's just going to happen. And so, I mean, safely, right? Like, I'm not going to be running around, like, going, like, festivals and, like, making out with people. I'm just saying that season 3 is probably going to coincide with me actually having to leave my house more than I do right now for a multitude of reasons. And so, I feel like um, Morning Medley takes up a lot of time and it takes up a lot of effort. But the reason that it's not inconveniencing me is because there isn't a lot else going on right now. And so I just want to make sure that I'm not making Morning Medley greater amounts of effort and time and energy and money going into a future where I'm probably going to have to prioritize my time and stuff like that elsewhere. So I am trying to keep that in mind because could I realistically wake up every morning and set up the stream and make the stream like my day's focus every day? Absolutely. And it would be fine and it would be cool and it would be fun and good. But I just think that I have to keep in mind that I'm not primarily a streamer. This is more so like a cool thing that I got to do on the side. And once I can do the other things again, this thing is probably going to just see less focus and less time being given to it. And so I'm trying to be careful that I don't make Morning Medley like this huge, super big focus and time uh, demanding thing that when I have to start leaving, it just crumbles. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Um, Cyber says I'm primarily a streamer now. Absolutely, I would also argue that. I would also argue that that right now I'm primarily a streamer, but I think that it's out of limitations. I'm primarily a streamer now because I literally can't do anything else, right? I literally can't go to GDC. I literally cannot tour. I literally cannot play a show. The commissions that I'm taking, I can't go to the people to network with them. I can't go to the people to do a rollout. I can't do like a bunch of photo shoots. I can't shoot music videos. That's the reason why I'm primarily a streamer now. I think that we can probably say that most musicians who are performers are primarily streamers now. There's so many people that are on Twitch right now that weren't, in 2019 or in 2018. There's a lot of people that have transitioned more to streaming, and so I think that there are a few people that started streaming too. And this conversation is shifting quite a bit. Um, there are a few people that rarely streamed before this started. Maybe never. They were a touring DJ or they were a producer. Somebody like Kenny Beats or a Monty Booker. Somebody that was very much not plugged in. And then we went into quarantine time. And a lot of people were like, well, here's my Twitch channel now, or, here's this URL showcase I'm going to be playing, or here's my production stream, here's my tutorial stream. A lot of people got into, like, online stuff to make up the difference of all the stuff that they were missing now that they have to switch. And a lot of people also, I think, are banking on or investing in that when they are finally allowed to go out and start playing Coachella again and start doing EDC again and start touring again, they're like, once I can, I'm not going to stop altogether, but I'm not doing this every day anymore. I'm not going to be on Twitch every day. Once I can freaking get out of my place and play actual shows, like, good luck catching me on Twitch. Good luck catching me here on Facebook Live doing this, because this is not nearly as lucrative as that was. And so I think that even though I have become primarily a streamer, I would be, and this is so, I don't want to say streaming is bad, because Just keep in mind what I'm about to say is coming from a good place, and if it comes off in any way offensive, it's because I haven't spent enough time to come up with the verbiage or terminology for this that isn't offensive, maybe. But I would say streaming the morning medley is way less fulfilling and gratifying than actually going out and playing shows. And that doesn't mean that I don't like morning medley stream. That doesn't mean that you guys haven't been absolutely amazing. That's not what that means. It's just the way I am, I guess, where I prefer being out and doing those things. And not only emotionally, but even financially, right? Like I make more money per minute, per hour, per show actually touring than I do in the stream. And so if somebody said, "Okay, we're open up. Do you want to sit in your room for 2 hours and play piano, or do you want to come to like Catch One and play for, play your set?" I'm gonna go to Catch One and play my set. It's just greater in so many ways. The only way that morning medley beats playing a set is like, I guess I don't have to shower. Nobody can smell me through the camera. um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, that's cyber. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but that's actually pretty dope. 12-year-olds who play Roblox pretty much kept my song Gucci alive. To shout out to this Roblox head. Is that what they call it? Robloxians? Robloxos? Shouts out to him. Is modding a stream hard? I feel like modding a 12-year-old stream would be more difficult. Um, I mean, it's performing a show versus half performing every day. Yeah, so it makes sense why it's not as funny. I know. I know. I just didn't want anybody to hear me say that and think like, oh, I guess Omni hates the streams. Like, you guys have been so great. And you guys are super supportive. It's just, you know, it's not, it's not what I prefer, unfortunately. And it's not what my bank account prefers, and it's not what like my soul prefers, whatever that means. It's not what my physical body prefers. Like I would rather be doing the thing. And so I am primarily a streamer now, but it is out of necessity. It's not because this is like my passion. And so part of me always feels like when I can leave, the morning medley will cease to be, not cease to be a priority. It'll drop a little bit on the priority list. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm not making the morning medley very difficult to produce. Because if it's difficult to produce and I don't really want to do it, then I'm probably just not going to want to touch it at all. I'll just be like, morning medley is canceled. No, I don't want to cancel this because it's a lot of fun. And so um, that was like my initial worry with the production stream. I thought like, oh, it's going to be so difficult and cantankerous that once I can actually leave my house again, I'm not even going to want to like get into this. But it actually is pretty easy. Streamlabs is really easy to use. I got the LAN cable, so the internet isn't as bad as it once was. Although this week it's been very bad, so I might have to call them or something. So I'm just trying to make sure things are a little bit less stressful because I do have a lot of other things that I have to do. We all do, right? We all have lives outside of this chat and this stream. So I thank people for being as involved and as input happy as they have been because I understand you guys all have jobs, you have friends, you have places to be, you have school, maybe you have careers and stuff like that. So I thank you for being this involved in the morning medley because I'm the same way, right? Like I have commissions that I have to work on. I have songs that I make outside of the production streams. I've got friends. I've got stupid drama going around. I got a landlord, and so it is. Yeah, real life sucks, Josiah. Josiah nailed it. Real life sucks, but I'm just trying to make it so it's not a whole thing. Now, I will say, if the morning medley was like making, if the morning medley made me enough money to like pay my bills, screw everything else. I would be getting the light. I would be getting a green screen. You guys would see like Frogger and Donkey Kong like doing a death match behind me. It would be like super sick, and I would invest a lot of time and work into it. But because it's not, and the other things like commissions and you know my live thing is, I just put more. I put more priority on that stuff. But I do thank you guys for these suggestions because these are things that I can change. I can possibly start dressing up better. That's not that big of a thing. I can decorate the space. That's not that big of a thing. Please keep them coming from now until 299 because they are things I can change. And even once season 3 starts, it's not too late to make suggestions. I think there's been subtle changes even in season 2, you know. We didn't start season 2 like this. I don't remember the 200 stream honestly. It, wait. Yeah, I don't remember what I did in the 200 stream. I'll put it that way. I don't remember what I said and what I did in stream 200. I should. Anyways, for the record, if I drop F-bombs, it's likely that I'll hide the comment, especially since YouTube auto mods them. Indeed. I have class I gotta go, says Kyo. Oh, wow. Good timing, Kyo. I was just talking about how we have other things we need to do. Thank you so much for being in the stream this long, especially since there wasn't really a cool, funny, fun, happy medley. It was mostly talking today. I'm sorry, guys. You guys tuned into a podcast today. An interactive podcast. Ooh. Is Morning Medley an interactive podcast? I guess I need stuff to talk about. Whoa. Maybe season 3 is an interactive podcast. Maybe season 3 I actually have controlled topics instead of just rambling aimlessly. What would be fun, but would also require more setup, would be a call-in segment or something. That would be sick as heck. I could do maybe it. I'm adding that, Cyber. I'm adding it. Ooh, I'm hungry. I'm hungies, guys. Alright, I'm gonna add that under the Liana, your space is ugly comment. What would... You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing, everyone. Sorry, I haven't given any input. I don't know why it's difficult for me. That's fine, Lindsay. There's plenty of streams left. Here's one of the things, everyone. Fridays are usually my busiest day of the week, and it's because I'm a bachelor in a big city, and I got dealing and wheeling to do. I think Friday is maybe the day that I'm home the least. But in quarantine, Friday is taken up by the longest stream of the week. Right? It's a 6-hour stream. Did I pay rent? I did pay rent. Lindsay reminded me last night, and I did pay it. So, hooray for me. But thank you, Cyber, for reminding me again, because I probably would not have done it. If the stream isn't mostly about piano practice challenges, I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever I think about adding stuff to the stream in my brain, it's always specifically to the Friday stream. Because the Friday stream, guys, is where I have the most control, right? In the Friday stream, I have control over what you guys are seeing. I have control over what you guys are hearing. I have control if I want to mute my mic, I can mute my mic and just let you hear the music. If I want to turn the music down so you can hear my voice better over the music, I just have so much control over the Friday stream. So it opens me up more for segments, and it opens me up more for sections, and if there needs to be a thing that gets thrown into the stream, it's so much easier to integrate them into the OBS organized stream than to do it with this very, like, my phone's on a tripod and I'm playing piano for you guys. Both of these approaches have a lot of merit to me. I don't know how they are for you guys, but they have a lot of merit to me. This approach has a lot of merit to me because it feels more casual, and I can kind of noodle around on the piano, maybe come up with some cool ideas, and I don't really feel like I'm constrained by a time or a schedule or a bullet point system of, to-do list things I need to knock out. It feels very natural for me. And I feel like this is the close I can come to being in a space with you guys. On the Friday stream, you guys aren't even like seeing my face all the time, There's a thick layer of production between me and you. This stream, not so much. I mean, maybe I'm censoring myself and what I can or cannot say. But other than that, there really isn't a thick layer of production between me and you, and I like that um, transparency, I guess. Now, when it comes to adding things like, oh, I would like it if you could do this, I would like it if you could do that, I would like it if you could dress up, I would like it if you could do this. A lot of those things are easier for me to do in the Friday stream because, again, I have more control in the Friday stream. Also, on Fridays, I typically don't work out in the morning. A lot of time in those Friday streams, I've actually been out of my home before I start streaming, which is why sometimes I'm dressed nicer, which is why sometimes I actually have like a bagel or something like that. And so, a lot of these changes are easier, like lighting, a lot of that stuff is easier for me to implement in that stream. Whereas this stream, it is just my phone. It is just my phone at the end of the day. Okay, Jesse says, if the stream isn't mostly about piano practice challenges, I don't know, lol, especially with Plunderphonics. I think the Friday stream has been perfect. This is great to watch. Yeah, the Friday stream, um, is more produced and has more space to add things in a very controlled, premeditated, metered way. Whereas for this stream, you guys have seen me show. Lindsay had to remind me that I even made a smoothie. A lot of times for the Monday through Thursday stream, it really is casual. You guys might as well just be sitting on my bed for this stream. For the Friday stream, there is a lot of like, oh, there's an intro song, there's an outro song, there's like these scenes, there's these things. When somebody donates money, there's a sound. Whereas when somebody does it in the Monday through Thursday stream, there is not. It's just there's a lot more production and it's a lot easier to control things because it's more organized. This not so much. I don't even get the angle right for this stream all the time. I've got to like jiggle with the camera because there isn't a proper preview setting where I can see it before you guys can. You know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Cyber. Dear Lord. I only have two things I'd like to mention, says Jaime. I do have to turn my volume usually all the way up to hear you speaking. And this stream, I'm assuming you're talking about. It's only a small pet peeve, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. That is a thing that would be, because I assume, Jaime, you don't have this problem with the Friday stream. You've been in the Friday stream, right? Word. And that's where the ET part would go if I had an ET part prepared. Jaime says, I'd like to have some more tunes. You know, a large. Oh, I'd like to hear some more tunes, but I know with such a large catalog of music to pull from, it's not possible to play just anything on the fly, but maybe some more. That's actually a really good suggestion. I'm adding that. Wait, what was your first suggestion? Why is that number just 2? Oh, the volume thing. Sorry, hold on. Let me add these before I reply to them. Jaime. Do 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 ba da ba da 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 ba 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 Hey, what's up, Win Win? I just realized I don't know this. How do you feel about people drawing you? Hmm. Short answer or long answer, Lindsay? Um, Honestly, I don't have complaints, but nitpicking at insignificant things, says Mobtown. I'll answer in one moment, Lindsay. Let me get to Jaime's thing first. So Jaime's first thing is the volume. They have to put the volume all the way up in order to hear my voice. That has a lot to do with production, Jaime, which Cyber touched on earlier. So I could have crystal clear audio if I did direct audio in, which has a few extra steps, right? I would have an interface. I would replace my phone with an actual camera. I would have quarter inches going from the keyboard into the interface, and then I would also have a mic and a mic stand. I'd have a mic like maybe angled like this, and then quarter inch going from the mic into the interface, camera capture card into the laptop. So that would fix it. That would make it so you're hearing my voice crystal clear, and it is doable. It adds a little bit of extra gear that I would need, and there isn't any power over here. My laptop is plugged into nothing. My phone is plugged into nothing, and this keyboard is plugged into an extension cord that goes all the way around my room to where my computer is. So if I'm adding more things, you can see how it gets like there's wires everywhere around my room. And so this is not impossible to fix. As I touched on this earlier, this is not an impossible thing to fix. It's very doable. It would take a little bit of time and money. But my caveat, I guess, with that is that if the morning medley Monday through Thursday is going to have a lot more production, a lot more physically taking things out and setting things up, if it's going to have a lot more of that, I think that there is no longer 5 streams a week. I think I'm probably downsizing to 2 or 3 streams a week, which is not unheard of, right? Like, a lot of streamers only stream once a week, but I just think the casual nature of the stream allows for more streams. It's kind of like quality and quantity, right? Like, if the stream is going to be higher quality, there's going to be less of them. And if the stream is its current quality, I can do it for 5 or 6 times a week. Yeah. Also, but that is a very good suggestion. And as far as you wanting to hear more tunes from the catalog, that actually is very, very, very doable. Because of the very improv nature of it in the whole morning medley, and my memory and how I don't read or write music, a lot of my songs I have to play or I forget them, right? So a lot of the reason that we are especially hearing this song so much right now is because I just wrote it recently and I'm so afraid of forgetting it. And the reason that I even played the Trash Man medley is because I just wrote that song and I don't want to forget it. So what usually ends up happening is the morning medley becomes this kind of Frankentune of new songs that are unfinished and old songs that I don't want to forget. I play everything because I don't want to forget it. But new ones, it's like, I'm currently developing this song, so I want to play it a lot. And older songs are like, crap, I don't want to forget that song, so let me just hammer that one out really quick to remind my hands how to play it. And so there are times where I start the medley at the top of 9 o'clock, right, and I play until 10 o'clock. Jaime. And when I do that, I'll go through all of the old songs, right? I'll play through signal songs so I don't forget those. And then I'll play through some of the newer songs. I'll play through French Lavender. Wait. No, that's the name of that song. I'll play through French Lavender because, as some of you will remember, I took a 2-month break without playing that song, and I forgot it. But luckily for me, I had recorded a video. It's one of the Corn tunes, so I was able to relearn it. But during the medley, Jaime, I'll usually play through all my old works, and then I'll play through some of my newer works that I've just recorded, and then I play the works that are currently in development. And then as people come in who have themed songs, like if Lindsay comes in, I'll usually like fold Vanilla into the medley. If Liana comes in, I'll fold in Double Lutz into the medley. If Kid James comes in, I'll fold in Reflection Pull into the medley. Cyber's usually always here, and so I'll play, over and under in the medley. So it's like old songs, new songs, fanfare, fan servicey songs, and then after that, sometimes people will be like, "Hey, can you play Close Down, or can you play Venomate, or can you play Shoto Clone, or can you play?" They'll name an older song, and I will sometimes live in the stream relearn my own song for them and try to commit it to memory so I can start playing that one regularly. But if there is ever, Jaime, a song that you specifically want to hear me play out of the very vast catalog, let me know. Not all of them can realistically be played on the piano, but sometimes I can like finagle and make a piano version. I can't remember who it was, but I do remember somebody that was always really wanting to hear. What song is this? Um, Midnight Drift 2. They wanted to hear that, and so I learned it in the stream and started playing that a little bit. So if there's ever anything you want to hear, at risk, you might feel like you might be becoming annoying. Just keep hammering away at it and keep requesting it. I'm never going to be like, no, screw that song. I don't want to play one of my songs. Sometimes I might forget it, but if you keep requesting it, like Cyber did a lot, or like Liana did a lot, eventually it just kind of becomes a song that I will have memorized. I think this is kind of a limit of my own capabilities. If I knew how to read and write music, maybe I would just write all of these songs down and then forget about it. And then when somebody requested them, I can pull out the sheet music and go, "Oh, what song is this one?" But in the meantime, just request something if you want to hear it specifically. Or maybe if you don't want to hear a song, and you're like, "Hey, bro, stop playing this one. I hate this song." Maybe that could be a thing too. I never answered Eddie's question. Eddie is still in here. Eddie, a long time ago, asked me to give them like a list of 5 movies, TV shows, or anime that I liked because they were trying to build an algorithm for suggestions. I never answered that question, Eddie, and I apologize. If you were gone, Eddie, I really dropped the ball on that one. It was at the back of my head, and I just kept not getting around to it. But let me really quickly. Oh God, this is about to be bad. But let me just quickly tell you 5 things off the top of my head with no real meditation. Here are 5 things that I like: movies, shows, and anime included. They're currently cooking. I'll save it. I'll save it then. Maybe they come back. If they don't come back, I'll just say it at the end of the stream, and hopefully they have time to check it later. Somebody let me know when Eddie comes back. Lindsay did ask something though, so let me go back a little bit. Crap. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh my god, I missed a lot. Sorry. Okay, so Lindsay says, "How do you feel about people drawing you?" Right. So there was a time where I think most of us, the first time anybody draws you, the first time anybody draws, whether it's fan art or it's just, maybe it was a commission, first time somebody draws you, it is very flattering, and it's kind of like an ego boost of like, wow, I'm immortalized in 2D form. It's a lot, and it's very exciting. And then there was definitely a point in my life where there was so much just random fan art rolling in of like me and Sean together, or me and Tom, or me and Mark Rodito, or something like that, that I kind of, it hit less, if that makes sense. I was just like, oh, this is really cool, but it wasn't like, oh my god, like I need to print this out and put it up on my wall. It wasn't that anymore. It was just very cool and flattering. Right now, I would say that I am indifferent. Would sound bad. I'm not indifferent. If somebody draws me and like they tag me in on Twitter, it always is like an immediate like respond, like, yo, this is wild, and I'll like look at it for a while and be like, this is really cool, and maybe I even follow that person if like their art style is something I'm particularly into. Is usually how I receive art. Receive somebody drawing me on the internet. It's never really offensive. It's never something I don't like. I would rather people not draw me in like weird lewd scenarios, which has happened a few times. I was still very nice to the person when they did that, but like I didn't, I wasn't into it that much. I don't really want somebody drawing me. But if somebody's just drawing me like it's like an innocuous like drawing or painting, it's actually really flattering. I don't know why anybody would do that. But that's probably my self-esteem talking. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool, Lindsay. Probably because it also doesn't happen as much anymore right now because I've been so quiet. I feel like if you like die on the internet, people stop drawing you. If you die in real life, people draw you a lot. Oh yeah, I see that Eddie went to go cook. Okay, Omni, I need you to be higher quality and also give yourself space to wean us off you. I think it's fair to start thinking about, oh, I'm like a boob. I'm like a little pig boob. That's the first time I ever heard of anything being weaned. They were weaning a piglet off of its mother's teat. And I said, I want a pig, I want a pig. And they were like, they hadn't weaned them off the teat yet, Omni. You can't have that pig. Anyways, that is a good point, Cyber. Yeah, right. Like, I probably can't, if we're being realistic, I probably can't stream 5 days a week forever. At some point, this has to take less of a priority in my life as other things gain priority. In the absence of other things, I have allowed Morning Medley to consume more and more and more and more of my life and time. And as things come back, whenever that is, I know it's not going to be like, oh, New Year's 2021, time to open up again. I know it's not going to be like that. Who knows when it's actually going to happen. But it will eventually happen. And so, this is a good point, Cyber. Word. Since the long-term plan should be to prepare for the country opening up against the cyber and having expectations set ahead of time that we will have normal life again, where the daily stream isn't a necessity. That's actually more important than the first thing you said to me, Cyber. A lot of times, because I'm a selfish monster, I think about my own self not being able to be dedicated to the stream anymore. But honestly, once we start getting out, people are working, people are going to school, people are hanging out with friends, people are going to shows, there's probably just going to be less people in the stream, period, because people are going to have things to do. And so people probably won't be able to come into 5 streams a week. I think that when I first started streaming a lot, it was actually for that very reason, which is funny. It's opposite, but like I was like, people have a lot of stuff to do, so I should stream every day so that maybe even if they're only available on Tuesdays, I'll catch them. And if this person's only available on Thursdays, I'll catch them. And if this person is only available at 10 a.m., I'll catch them because I stream longer now. And if this person is only available, I don't know, one Wednesday a month, I'll catch them. I'll catch them on that Wednesday. I started streaming more often to accommodate for people's busy life. But maybe that's doing too much. Rem thinks they have an idea. Lay it on me, Rem. Honestly, if you recorded your MIDI and dropped them into some composition software, I'd buy the sheet music, says Jesse. Oh, that's actually really, that's sweet to me. That's like, that's a very sweet thing to say. That, like, certain things are very flattering to me. That's huge, really. Duly noted, Jesse. I don't know, maybe it doesn't have to be like a high quality, as Friday says, Jaime, but maybe it's worth seeing what the minimum could be done with your laptop, maybe. It's definitely not something I feel needs to be as high as Friday, but yeah, I hear you, Jaime. There is a Grand Canyon of content between, the Thursday stream quality and the Friday stream quality. There's a lot of gray area in there that, yeah, things can be changed without necessarily being as produced as the Friday stream. Word. I hear you. Mobtown wants a theme song, and I guess Mobtown wants it to be Jolly Pop. Dang. What if that? Oh my god. What if that was the intro to the stream? It was just that vocal. It was just that vocal thing with like a long delay on it. And it's like a really high res like Omniboy logo that like spins in like that. with like the glitter filter on it. Dang, that sucks. Anyways, all of my favorite songs. Oh crap! Oh crap! I scrolled too hard. I scrolled. Oh, all my favorite songs are more production oriented than piano, says Jesse, talking about my songs, I assume. Word. Interesting. Interesting and word. Word, that's interesting. Are you talking about in general or are you talking about my music? Can you play Sugar Glider, says Ram? I can't. But not because it's impossible, because it's very, very production based, and if I made a piano version of it, it would sound a little bit different. And I just haven't taken the time to make a piano version of it. But I can, if that is something that you honestly would be interested in. Um. Okay, okay. I have a meeting at 2 p.m., but I'll keep the stream going and reading the chat. Word up, Cyber. 2 p.m. meetings are a thing. I had one myself yesterday. That BLM commission was dope, says Jesse. Thank you. I mean, I didn't make it, but it was very dope. I don't know. Thank you on behalf of the artists. I just didn't know if you would want to see them because I feel like I did have a feeling it probably doesn't hit the same, and some people get uncomfortable. I mean, as long as it's not lewd, I don't get uncomfortable. I just got sent a pic of my office, with packages piled up, my dash and calendar stuck on March. Wow, that's depressing. Yeah, that's why I missed the preseason. My work life just didn't allow it, says Jesse. They were talking about my music when they said they preferred more of the production stuff than the piano stuff. I'm taking this to mean that probably Jesse likes songs like Bon Bon over songs like Winter Heart, I suppose. I don't know that I have that many piano based songs, but there are a lot of songs I'm playing live now. Even if you think about songs, Jesse, like Dropout, which is featured in the stream, the Friday stream, or songs like Scrumpty, the song that I have with Cyber that's featured in the Friday stream. These are, in my brain, piano-based songs just because I played them live on piano versus clicked out the notes in MIDI. But I think that's not what you're necessarily meaning. I think you're meaning literal piano music like Signals. You preferred an album like Daydream maybe over an album like Signals. I'm not sure. Um, word up, word up, word up. Thank you, Cyber. If you can or want to, you can make an intro song, an outro song, but like a whole new song. It could be 30 seconds, 5 minutes, however long you want it. So then it's a little more quality when you start, says Rem. Talking about the streams having an intro and outro song. If you lower the amount of streams you do each week, this is true. My theme song would be a Jolly Pop and Bubblebee, honestly, says Mobtown, who clearly is a fan of Nice Dream. Okay, so I have heard you, Rim, and I would say that Rim, I don't know that you ever come into the Friday streams, but the Friday stream actually does have an intro song and an outro song. The intro song to the Friday stream is Twinkle Brown Sugar. The outro song to the Friday stream is called Skylark. They're actually titled and play at the beginning and end of every Friday stream. But I am assuming that you're talking specifically about these streams. This stream's outro song technically is Hush Hour and it's played live, but I think you're talking about more of a literal MP3 that like comes on like over my voice as I end the stream instead of something that I play. I hear you, and I think that that's dope. I personally, if there's going to be music happening, I just want to play it because it's like I'm sitting in front of the piano here. But maybe there's a happy medium between those, right? Maybe I'm playing an MP3 and I'm playing piano over the top of it, you know, like Mr. Rogers or something. Um, that's something to take in consideration. I actually think about that more than you think, Ram. Because I used to have an intro or a song I would play at the very beginning of every stream, and it was actually Reflection Pool. But once Reflection Pool became Kit James' song, and Kit James wasn't in every stream anymore, I started playing it less as an intro song and more as a stream person theme. I don't know what to call you guys. Stream person? Homie? Started playing it as a homie theme. So I've thought about that a lot. I've even thought about what like the new outro theme, because even the Hush Hour is the outro theme for Monday through Thursday, and I technically even played at the end of the Friday streams, just not at the very end. Once we close, I do leave to Skylark. Um, I think it's funny that you say Kit James more often instead of just Kit. The reason I say Kit James more often actually is because I know several Kits. I don't know any Lindsays. Lindsay? Lindsay. I know 0 Lindsays. I used to know Lindsays, but I know 0 Lindsays at the moment. I know no Jaimes. I don't think there's anybody in the stream that actually I call a name that is someone else I know. But I do know another Kit. And so I say Kit James so as not to confuse myself. I don't know. What was I saying? It's surprising to you that I don't know any Lindsays. Actually, kind of surprising to me, too. I mean, technically, I might actually know a Lindsay, but very few people in my life I call by their actual name. I usually call people by weird nicknames and monikers, or I refer to them as their Twitter handle, or whatever name they show up in the stream under. There are very few people I call just Chris, right? I know 5 Chris's. Wow, and I don't like any of them. That's weird. I was gonna name them, but I was like, I don't want to talk about him. But I was gonna name him, and I was like, screw him. Actually, I was gonna name him. Wow, interesting. I don't like none of them dudes. Is that a bad name? Wow, there has to be a good one somewhere. That's fascinating. Okay, so take that away. I know several Maxes, right? I know, like, Max Race is a thing. I know Maxo, the Chord Slayer. He's Max. Divio's name is Max. I know several Maxes. And I don't call any of them Max because there's so many of them. I usually call them either by their Twitter name, their moniker, or I'll include their last name, like I did when I said Max Reese. I included his last name in it, you know. Or Max Schramp, who is another Max that, like, works with, like, Omru and them. So it's like I know several people by the name, and so I can't just say the first name. I need to say the last name also. That's hilarious that Divio is also Max. It's pretty funny, isn't it? Isn't it, though? It's pretty funny. What's the most common name you know? It's the tie between James and Chris, actually. I know a lot of Jameses and a lot of Chris's. I know 5, 6 Chris's, and I know Landino, Robinson. 7 Jameses. No, and then James that made that one game. James, like, Montague or Montagne or something like that. James. Yeah, I know 7, 8 Jameses. I know way too many Nicks. I know 3 Nicks. I probably only know maybe 1 of each personally. It says Jaime. Yeah, I just, you know. I don't know. A lot of white DJs in LA have the same name. That sounded so mean coming out of my mouth. What the heck? I didn't mean that to sound mean. I'm sorry. That wasn't an insult or anything. I was just... I feel like I meet a lot of DJs and then they're like, hey man, my name is Richter Scale. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then, like, so the Starbucks order comes up and it's like, James, your order's ready. I'm like, oh, another one, huh? I'm gonna call you Richter Scale. I have too many Jameses. I know too many Sams. I know one Sam. Oh, and I love him. Oh, I love him so much. He's great. Can you play the piano that's in the background of 1/million? Background. Background. Are you talking about this stuff? Or would that be the foreground? That one? Yeah. Robo is one of the most talented lyricists I think I've ever met in my entire life. No disrespect to Sophie Myers. What should I say? What is it when, like, somebody's also good? Honorable mentions to Mia Gladstone, Sophie Myers. Ivy Halovana, Young Skirt, Azuriah Sky, Academy Garden, Redacted. Who else have I worked with? Um, that wrote lyrics. Fuge, amazing lyricist. Redacted. Uh, who else have I worked with? Colada, very, very good. Can you play Signals? It's not how it's actually recorded. It's recorded like this. Did you and Aki write 1/million together, or was that all A? Talking about lyrically? Or are you talking about just writing the song? And he wrote all the lyrics to 1/million. Whenever you hear anybody else singing, by the way, guys, in my songs, just a quick note, they wrote their own lyrics. The only example of somebody that I wrote the lyrics for them is Redacted, and also there was one more. Oh my god. No. That's it. Oh. Other than Redacted, I never write people's lyrics for them. I prefer people to write their own lyrics because I feel like if they are an accomplished vocalist, lyricist, like this, the words always sound truer. This sounds so cheesy, but the lyrics always sound truer coming from them than they do when I hand them a piece of paper and they sing my words. And so I usually let them write their own lyrics, and then I will usually write complimentary lyrics to them. Examples in which this happened was Azuriah Sky wrote her own lyrics to my song Cold, and then I wrote my verse to complement hers. Young Skirt wrote his own lyrics to my song Uber Cerritos, and then I wrote my own lyrics to complement his. It's typically how it goes. I know who he's redacted to. Mob, do you? Do you? I don't know that you do, but you might. I mean, I haven't worked with that many vocalists. Even if somebody had to take to stab in the hat, we're familiar with my catalog. There's a chance they could be right. Why would you say redacted if the song is still out there? Because there's a lot of songs. Oh wait. Oh, I can't say anymore, Lindsay. Ooh, I actually have a very good answer for that, but I can't say anymore because I would give it away. I can't answer that question. But it is redacted. Is it possible to play Quick Breath on piano? Ooh, wow, Rem, you're really good this stream. You've been on a ball. So, Rem, I almost said redacted. Rem, Quick Breath is a sample of my song Cold. Sorry, not Cold. It's a sample of my song. What's that song? Uptown Sizzle. It's a sample of Uptown Sizzle, chopped up. So I would have to spend some time with Quick Breath to come up with a piano version of it because it's actually just like a wave file chopped up a bunch. There isn't like technically any chords. Like the chords and melody that you're hearing is coming from a lot of audio manipulation. So it wouldn't be possible to play it right now, but maybe at a later date. I'm so glad that you've listened to and liked that song, Ram. Honestly, that was a footwork track, and people that listen to my music don't necessarily like footwork. And so me making that was kind of a risk, and a risk that did not rear a lot of rewards. So thank you for listening to it. I do really appreciate that. Um, Only two names I could think of, says Jaime. Now I want to know even more. I'm sorry, Lindsay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Um, don't worry about it. It was at a time, Lindsay. It was at a time where I was not comfortable with my own voice, and I really had the melody and the vocals in my head. And a friend at the time was like, "Oh, I'll sing it for you." And I gave them the whatever. They sent me their vocals. It was sick. I put it on the song. I released the song. People liked the song. It made sense. Since that date, me and the person have had a very aggressive falling out, and I don't ever want to see them ever physically in my life. And they have since moved out of Los Angeles. So it seems like that might be realistic for me now. Because whenever we actually start going around places, I probably won't run into them because they no longer live here. But I have no ill will towards them. I'm just saying I don't listen to that song. Um, and I did write their lyrics from them. It's okay, Mom Town. It's definitely nothing to be upset about. You don't need to be sorry about it. It's actually super cool. It's super fine. We all have fallings out. Falling outs? Fallings out? We all have fallen out with people. Um, and I'm okay. And so are they. They're great. Falling outs. Thank you, Momtown. But that is the only time where I have actually written lyrics for another vocalist. There's somebody, I guess pulling back the veil a little bit. I have a friend named Zephany. Actually, I don't even know if that's her real name. That's what her Instagram is, and we're friends. And we were gonna make a song together, and she was like, "Oh, can you send the lyrics?" And I was like, "Oh." Because it had been so long since I had to write lyrics for somebody. Usually, like Abby Press wrote her own lyrics, Mia Gladstone. I just sent her the song, and she was like, "Sick, I can do this on this." And Zephany was like, "Okay, send me some lyrics." And I was just like, "Oh crap, actually, hold on then, because I didn't write any. I thought maybe you wanted to." And I realized how maybe silly I sounded in that, where it was just like, "Hey, you want to make stuff? You want to do it?" Okay, Umbe says, still waiting with bated breath for the next Omni footwork track, though. Aww. Rem and Umbe, you guys have made me very happy today. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you like it. Rem is asking if I can play Peanut Butterfly. Oh, Rem. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? I believe the no ill will since you still listed them, even if redacted. I believe the no ill will. Yeah. I don't have any issues with them. I just never want to see them again because I think if I see them again, it'll be a challenge for me physically to not engage in illegal activity. So as far as Rem, as far as Peanut Butterfly. I'm so sorry I said that. That was mostly a joke, guys. I'm not gonna hit this person if I see them. I'll be fine. I saw them last year, and I was fine. I just ignored them. I drank my boba. I talked to my homies. They talked to their homies. And it was cool. So Rem brings up Peanut Butterfly. You're absolutely right, Lindsay. That's how I see music, but a lot of people don't see music that way. A lot of people are like, I've got a sick voice, but I don't know how to come up with lyrics. You got to do that part. And I identify with them. Maybe I don't identify with them, but I empathize with them. I guess. The song that Rem is talking about is a song called Peanut Butterfly. It goes like this. It's a drum and bass song. It just does that. It kind of just does that, and there's a lot of other stuff going around. There's a part where it breaks down to strings. There's a laugh in there. There's a Borg. Thank you, Liana, for knowing my songs. So, Rem, that song actually ended up getting changed a lot over the course of the morning medley, and that's why I'm kind of glad um, that you brought it up. So here's what I did. Really quick, I'm going to pause that because Jaime says, Omni, real talk though. I'd love to listen to you play some Catch Your Fire for one of these days. Like the alternative arrangement for the three parts. Oh, whoa. Blast from the Past. That's my first collaboration with Eddie. I probably will. I probably will. If you can keep reminding me, Jaime, if you can be annoying about it, I will. Chocolate's the start of my workday usually. Whoa. When I said my favorite songs are more production oriented, this is the kind of stuff I was referring to. Oh. Whoa. I'm passing all of your positivity to Tom. Tom handled 60% of the production on Chocolat. And for most of my collaborations that you guys have heard, I handle like 90% of the production. For 1/Million, I did all of the production. For me and Young Skirt song Uber de Cerritos, I did all of the production. For my song with Sky Cold, all of the production. For my song with Abby Press, 80% of the production. For my song with I just need one more. I need one more. For my song with Fuchs, I did 100% of the production. For the song with Tom, Chocolat, Tom actually did, again, like over half. 60, maybe like, not 70, that's wild. 60, 65% of the production, which was the most hands-off I've ever been on a track. So I am going to pass all of your positive words to Tom, or you could even look up only Tom on Twitter or whatever and send those positive messages because he smashed that. Tom did the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Tom did the first bass line. I did the bass line in the second half. Tom did the entire, basically the beginning that you're hearing, the beginning, Tom did all of that. The only time that I come in is the obvious, like the stabby chords. That's obviously me because the chords get more complicated. I think it was higher. Yeah. So I take over at the halfway point. The whole first half was Tom, and then Tom even comes back in the second half. Like it's a lot of Tom in that. Tom killed it. Can you play Follow Me? Ooh, do I remember how to play it? How do I remember these things? I never played this song. I did do the steel drums also in Chocolat. Lindsay is right and also has a very good memory. I was on a thing though. I paused something to talk about what Jaime was saying. Oh, okay. So really quickly, Rem, if you're still here, Rem was talking about the song Peanut Butterfly, which is the. So that song got changed over the course of production. I mean, sorry, not production. Rem, if you're still here, that song got changed over the course of morning melodies. So I used to play it in the stream, and then I made it a little bit more complicated. So instead of just going and then restarting, it would go. And then. I would do that. And then I got tired of just playing on the white notes, so I actually moved it down to go. eventually turned into this song. Then Peanut Butterfly's in there, right? So, Rem, Peanut Butterfly kind of existed in the Morning Medley, but here in Morning Medley number 253, it's evolved so much that it's become a completely different song, which is much more complicated than Peanut Butterfly. But technically, I do play it in the stream. I just play a really weird version of it. I can go back to playing the old version of it if you would like, regularly in the stream. If that's something that you want or would be interested in. Time to hop on the train. Have a good time. Have a good stream, Umbe says. Goodbye, Umbe. Be safe on the train. Omni is very good at diffusing credit, says Josie. I don't know what that means. But I will say that typically when it comes to production and songwriting, I usually handle it. And I let my collaborator handle lyrics and vocals. But since neither me nor Tom wanted to sing on Chocolat, I was like, hey, I'll just like speak French over it, like it's a French house track, and then you can like kind of take control. I'll come up with the chords. I came up with the chords of the song, and then I just gave the MIDI to Tom, and Tom did everything else. Tom picked those sounds. Tom did that bass line. Tom did the drums. All I did was chords. It was very cool though. Very good collaborative effort. Probably not the last time I worked with Tom, to be honest. I'd probably bring him back on, because that was not a track that stuck with me and in my heart, but it seems to have hit like a cool place for everybody else. So like, it makes me a little bit more confident about returning to that space. You never know. You never know what people are going to enjoy, right? So you put that stuff out there. Rem says, I don't know if it's possible. Can you play Dark Rose on an actual guitar? If not, then can you play it on piano? Well, that is how it was written, Rem. It was actually written on the piano. It was written on the piano. However, on the guitar, it's probably not going to be, if it's at all possible, it probably won't be natural or comfortable, because I'm using piano articulations, which don't always make sense on a guitar. Dark Roast, correct me if I'm wrong, is Dark Roast this? What's that song called? Can somebody tell me what that song's called? I always get that song confused with Dark Rose. I think that's Dimmer Switch. Thank you, Lindsay. What's Dark Rose sound like? What's Dark Rose sound like? Oh. It's because I only played it in that one stream. That starts way down. Does it do anything else besides those two chords? everything have those same 2 chords? Am I off? I need the notes as Mobtown. I can't figure out the progression. There are more. Diddly-doo, doodly-doo, ba-ba-wah. Oh, I'm playing it in the wrong key. Whoa. That should be a trick, guys. I don't have perfect pitch. I will know the notes, but not in the key. Rem says there are more. Where else do I go? Gia! Square! Oh, you know who was in my room when I recorded that? James was in my room. James was talking to me and I was not listening. He was like talking to me while I was like working on the track. He was like, yeah, we got like I gotta do this and like blah blah blah, and I was just like worried. And I remember like putting up the voice recorder for my phone and going square and the thing and sending it to Dropbox and like dragging it into the thing and like putting reverb on it. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm making a song. I have to make a song every 7 days." And so this is this week's song. Square. I can't figure out the progression. It's Mobtown. I assume talking about this song. So come into a Friday stream and since I have a better angle, I can show you the exact notes I hit. Because it starts with this chord base. It's basically just these 2 chords. There it is. Jesus Christ on me. It's those 2 chords. All I did was take those 2 chords and I played the notes in an arpeggio. You feel it, you get it, you understand it, you like it, you know it, you can play it. What does OLLI stand for? REM. That song has lyrics, and I understand that my voice is heavily processed in that song, intentionally so that people couldn't understand what I was saying. But I thought I'd die without you here for stupid now. I cry throughout the years before God how. Oh, what are the lyrics to that song? Throughout the years, but forgot how. Finding another you. Maybe it's time to begin again. Wow, I actually do remember the lyrics of this song. This is cool. I never sing this song. Maybe this time it will be different. Maybe this time I will understand. Love out, love in. The LOLI stands for love out, love in. REM stands for love out, love in. Liana is right. Liana has a very good memory. Liana, I guess, also knows the lyrics of that song. Be fun to play and learn some lush lo-fi chords in the process, says Mobtown took it. Interesting. Mobtown, you should have spoken up about this. I can do like a lo-fi tutorial in a Friday stream because I can like poop those songs out. Those songs are like precious burps. Like I can make them and I love them, but I can do them very fast and I can show you exactly how they're done, or at least how I make them. It'll be fun. because I have done it in the stream before. It's just been a pretty long time. Mobtown says I keep forgetting how good Less Stream is. Mobtown. Thank you, Mobtown. I appreciate you. Rem says maybe if you master it because you are master guitar user, you can put it in Discord. Watching Omni with the audio off is funny because he dances around a lot, says Cyber. I'm sorry, now I'm self-conscious. Now I don't want to move at all. Those songs are like precious burps. Okay, so I was gonna say something. Oh, yeah, what the heck? Like, now that I sing that song out loud, I think I know the lyrics to all my songs, guys. I think that I just don't like thinking about them. But LOLI is, like, very, very important to me. Finding another... I gotta stop writing breakup songs. Gotta write one song about, you know, finding love and not losing love. Maybe it's time to begin again. Yo. Oh, wow, you got me, Rem. You got me wanting to listen to my own song. That's whack. That's whack as heck. I don't even want to hear it, but kind of want to listen to it. Specifically for the, like, because I think I might bring that rhythm back in a different song, but not so chill. I just sent in a commission where the chords to the entire song, I did this already, but I sent an entire commission where the chords to the song are. And then it goes. December, so actually I might ask the commissioner if I can just I might ask the commissioner if I could just if my NDA can be lifted. Maybe I want to play it in this Friday stream just to show you guys how I made it. Dang, can I do that? No, I probably can't do that. No. Crap. Well, when it comes out, I promise I'll do a stream that's like a breakdown on how I made it and show you guys every aspect that went into that song. Because mute. Because I wasn't really using the same processes that I use in my Friday stream in order to make this song. It could be nice to dig into. Will Nice Stream ever come back? Like an album like it? Says Rem. Rem, you've asked a lot of really good questions in this stream. And it's really sad to see the good questions stop now. And for a whack one, I'm just joking. That is a really good question, Rem. Will Nice Stream ever come back? See, the answer, it isn't a simple yes or no question, because I need to know what you are getting out of Nice Dream. Well, Nice Dream, what is Nice Dream to you? What does Nice Dream mean to you, Rem? Because to me, here's what Nice Dream means. Nice Dream means I'm making music that is heavily informed by and inspired by anime and cutesy indie video games. That's where my headspace was, that's where my heart was, and that's where my skills were taking a lot of their direction, right? Lots of buttery, beautiful, bubbly, candy-themed, cute girl drawing, album art, colorful neon, bouncy, energetic music. You know, that's where I was. If that is indeed what you are getting out of that music as well, Rem, I don't know that there is another album like that on the horizon, because I'm not really consuming those things that much anymore. I'm not watching anime every day anymore. I'm not playing cutesy indie games every day anymore. I'm not eating a lot of candy anymore. And that stuff, as silly as it sounds, did inform my music. A lot of people think that artists create music in a vacuum, but I mean, if you just saw a cool movie, you just got dumped, it's really hard to keep that stuff out of your music. So a lot of the stuff I was consuming was in my music, and since I do consume different things now, Rem, my music has shifted a little bit. You know, I'm a bit of a different person. However, if that's not what you're looking for, or if that's not what you're getting out of Nice Dream, maybe out of Nice Dream, what you're getting is 140 BPM, glockenspiels, pizzicato strings, jazzy chords. Then that stuff still exists in my music and will exist in the future. I don't know how many production streams you go to, but a particular bridge of one of my songs is very reminiscent of Nice Dream. Um, but that is a good question. That is a good question. The reason that I'm kind of make it more vague, maybe than you intended for it to be, is because there are a lot of times, Rem, when I feel like I've made a song, or made a body of work that to me, Omni, it feels very reminiscent of another thing, right? When I made Nice Dream, Rem, I'm sorry, Rem, I don't know if you listened to Daydream, but when I made Daydream, to me, it was very reminiscent of the song Peanut Butterfly. Now, a lot of people that heard Peanut Butterfly and also heard heard Daydream were like, these two things don't sound the same at all. And so it's it shouldn't be ignored that different people get different things out of music. And some people might think that this type of music of mine sounds like this type of music of mine, and other people that are hearing or receiving different things might not necessarily draw those same parallels. But I can say that I'm not really looking at, for example, Rem, there is a Sailor Moon sample in Paprika. I was watching Sailor Moon, Rem. I was watching Sailor Moon in 2014. I was watching it. Not as a joke. Not to look for samples. Not hunting for the good good. I was watching it intentionally and going, ah yes, Tuxedo Mask. Here you are. Like I was genuinely watching that show. Am I watching that show in 2020? No. Does my music take direction and cue and information from Sailor Moon anymore? Not really. So I don't make music that sounds like Paprika anymore. You don't hear like I'm not gonna try to make the impression of a Japanese voice actor squeeing, but that kind of stuff was in my music, and it's no longer in my music anymore. You don't have that. There's not gonna be like Hajime. There's not gonna be one of those samples happening in my music anymore, for a lot of reasons. I grew out of that a little bit, and I also feel like it's kind of icky, kind of icky now to have just like wanton Japanese samples popping up in your songs. Feels a little gross now, doesn't it? Feels a little gross meeting I don't know, like a 23-year-old DJ American whose name is like Robert Sensei or like I don't know, Haiku San. You're just like, dang, Haiku San? Where are you from? Michigan? That's cool. Like, we don't do that anymore. We did at one point, we're done doing that. And so I've kind of distanced myself from a lot of those things. I realize not all of it is offensive, not all of it is, with lack of a better word, cringy or uncomfortable, but I have, like, you know. Ooh, does my music take inspiration from Degrassi? Ooh. Oh, I wish it did. Oh, I wish it did. What would that sound like? Oh, it would sound like Runway Pop. Okay, currently wearing an Oswald shirt. Shouts out to you, Samuel. Shouts out to you. Um, Also, this is Long Facts for All Music. Word, Sam. I'm glad that I'm not speaking nonsense. Wait. Yeah. Um, you're gonna step on some toes, not mine, just some toes. Yeah, I don't wanna offend anybody. Um, I don't wanna offend anybody. Everybody's allowed to like the thing that they like. I look back on. I was never that person. Listen at this, Bale. I was never that person. Okay, that was never me. If you go back and you look at Nice Dream, all of Nice Dream's titles have katakana after him. One of the main reasons they had katakana after him is because at the time I was shopping that album, EP, whatever, to a label called Multine, and I thought that making it more Japanese friendly, whatever that means, would increase my odds of being released on Multine. It didn't, because I didn't get to get released on Multine. It didn't work. It didn't work. So That's why if you look at Nice Dream, it's like, yo, there's a lot of like Japan pandering. Japandering? I'm not gonna say that again in the stream, but I am proud of myself for saying it once. There's a lot of pandering on Nice Dream. And then once we get into like Love Dream, it's like, yeah, I kind of let go of the whole like it's Japanese time thing. And to Speed Dream, I'm letting go of that. And to Daydream, it's pretty much all gone. And to Signals, it's like, what? Does this man even know Japan exists? And so I kind of got out of it. But you know, we all were weebs at one point. Um, we all were weebs at one point. Um, yeah, I think I don't know, Rem, just come into a production stream at some point. Come into a production stream at some point. And when you come into the production stream, if you are there and you remember this conversation, bring up the whole Nice Stream thing because there are some newer stuff that I make that I feel like is at least like reminiscent of it, but probably not the same thing. Probably not the same thing. It's hard to go back. I don't know if you have any experiences, Rem, and making something that like you just feel like you've departed from. Nice Dream gives me, says Rem, one of those super happy dreams. Like one of those dreams that are so happy that you think there's a dark reason behind Jesus Christ. I don't know that if I have dreams that happy. But I'm glad to hear that. That definitely is the vibe that I was going for. I wasn't really going for anything that was dark or whatever. Um, Liana, um, Liana, stop it. Liana, I'm redacting that whole comment. Liana, I hear you. I hear you, and I feel you, and I agree with you. But I can't go there right now. We can't go there. Oh my god, I love you to the moon and back, Liana, but you know exactly why we can't have that conversation in this stream. Yes, we can't have it here. Maybe one day, me and you over a nice couple of bobas, we can get into it. We can get into who got on Multinay and who didn't get on Multinay. And we can get on who got paid for this release and who definitely didn't. But not right now on the stream. That's wild. That's wild that you would even bring that up. Thank you, Liana. I'm so sorry. That hurt me. It hurt me to hide. It hurt me to hide your comment. I felt like I like just slapped you in the face. You want to hear double Lutz? You want to hear a really embellished version, like a very sweet saccharine version of double Lutz to make up for it? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Sorry, Liana. Oh, that's wild. Oh, the story about the mom. Oh my god. Who was that? Was that Mobtown? Who was it? I think it was Mobtown. Um, I do have a friend who has a mom. Is Is it possible to play catching up? Oh my god, you better believe it is. What do you want to hear it in? What do you want to hear it in, Rem? You want to hear it in piano? You want to hear it in Rhodes piano? You want to hear it in the saxophone noise I was just using? You want to hear it in weird like voices? What do you want to hear it in? Mobtown, I have a friend who will not be named because some of the people on the stream know who they are. That used to come over to my place a lot in like 2015, 16. And we would hang out a lot, but there was a lot of people that used to hang out at my spot in like 2015 because House of Omni was a thing. And so he didn't drive yet, so his mom would drop him off. And his mom would like always, I'm not going to make fun of them for that. A lot of people don't get licenses until pretty late in their life, and that's fine. Learn at your own pace. But their mom would drop them off, and people would make fun of them for it. But the mom became like pretty close with me because they were always just like, "Oh, hey, how are things going?" And now at this point, that friend of mine no longer lives here. They've moved to the city that their college is in, like full time. I don't even think they come home anymore for summer. They just stay there, which a lot of people do. And now I just talk to their mom all the time. Like I text their mom all the time. Sometimes their mom like looks at videos of mine and comments on them. Their mom like cooks specific thing. It's just like, hey, thought you would want to see this, and like sends me pictures of it. And it didn't seem weird to me because it happened over the course of like 3 years. But like last week, I was actually just thinking about that friend. Like that friend messaged me, and I was like, oh hey, how's everything going? And then their mom called me, and I had to like stop texting them to talk to their mom, and it wasn't even about them. They just wanted to talk. It was really weird. I like moms. I feel like I get along with moms. They move at my speed, whatever that means, very slowly. But oh crap, that's a completely different story. Anyways, talking about the person that thought that the mom thought I would make a good friend for him. That mom used to always talk to me and say, you know what? I think you're so good for him because you don't drink and you don't smoke. You seem so well mannered and taken care of. You're like a little choir boy. I really like him hanging out with you. I feel like you're a good influence on him. And the funny thing is, that dude does so many drugs now. How did it happen? Not my fault. I do get that a lot though, Momtown, from my parents, where it's just like, oh wow, I wish my kid hung out with you, or I wish my kid was like you. And I don't think it's because I'm particularly impressive or good. I think it's because I just don't do anything. I think that I am like, when you see somebody walking with their dog and they don't have a leash, and the dog just kind of knows how far to get and when to cross the street, and you think to yourself, dang, I would really like to have a dog like that. It would just be so easy and low maintenance. I think that parents see me as like, wow, what a low maintenance, nothing person. Doesn't seem to get in any trouble, doesn't say anything like vulgar, I guess, doesn't like do any substances, just eats bread, drinks water, and sleeps. Wow, what an easy kid to have had. I think that's why parents have just never not liked me. But shouts out to your mom, Momtown. Momtown, Tokyo. Rem never followed up to what sound they wanted me to play catching up with, so I'm going to play it in sound 253. I like that. Anyways, that's not catching up. Oh, it sounds bad. I can't do this. I've overpromised. Hey, Dorky. I feel like a leashless dog, Lindsay. Good afternoon, Cloudless. Wow, Cloudless. Good afternoon. You're here for the very end. We're going to be closing things up soon, but I did tell Rem I would play Catching Up for them. anymore, says Leona. It's a myth, is what it is. I don't have many IRL friends, says Motown. Or not. Have you ever had any jam sessions? Of course, Win-Win. Every single song on every single song on House of Omni started from a jam session. If you've listened to my EP, House of Omni, Win-Win. I want to sell these DBZ figures, but I know I won't get money for them, says Cloudless. Very sad comment to come into the stream with. I'm sorry to hear that, Cloudless. I don't personally own any DBZ figures, but I do own some Oswald figures, and boy are those things valuable. Every day I look at them and go, wow, if things ever get really tight, which, 2021 is looking like a tight year for me. If things ever get really tight, I can start selling my my prized possessions. There is, I would say, roughly $8,000 worth of Oswald merch in my apartment. But the thing that's funny about it is, like, people that look at Oswald stuff don't think it's valuable because it just looks like bootleg Mickey Mouse merch. So nobody really thinks it's valuable, which is pretty cool. And also, I didn't pay much for them. I usually just buy things as they come out when they're like $12, and then when they stop making them. I mean, you guys understand how the resale market works. How do you start your jam session, says Win-Win. If you want to know how I start my jam sessions, you're going to have to give me more specific information about with who. Because, for example, I had a jam session with me, Ehi, and Bowen, and the jam session went a very specific way because of the people that were in the room. When I had a jam session with Mia, it was a very different way. My jam session with, for example, Tribes, who has the song Waiting. We had that song Waiting together. Oh my god, I haven't played a show in so long. Woo! I haven't played that song in a really long time. I can't even play it right now. But anyways, I have a song called Waiting with a marvelous soul by the name of Tribes. And when we made that song, I literally sat in this seat at this piano, and she sat on my bed. She came up with vocals while I was just like jamming out on the piano. And then we made a song. Making a song with Ehi, a lot more complicated of a jam session because Ehi has a sampler and SPF 404 thing, and so SPF, wow. He's got like a SP 404, and he's doing his vocals and he's sampling and looping a bunch of stuff. It's a different type of jam session. When doing a jam session with Young Skirt will usually like write a beat and then I'll start doing chords on top of it. It really changes depending on who I'm doing it with. Win-Win. But I'm typically on the keyboard. That usually doesn't change. I like having a personal life and people can Google my name easily, says Mobtown. Interesting. I feel you on that. I can go from the top of your closet, says Cloudless. Oh, Cloudless, that's not even half of it. I have a whole like cabinet in my living room that's nothing but Oswald stuff, but we don't need to get into that. I'd probably get $2K for my music collection, says Jaime. That's a pretty good amount of money. My cards are my most valuable stuff, says Mobtown. That and gear. Word. I think about if things get rough, how much is my stuff selling for concept a lot. Same, Jaime. I'm selling my Oswald stuff before I sell. I'm probably selling music gear before I sell my Oswald stuff because I can always buy music gear again. Oswald stuff is very rare, so probably not going to sell that stuff. I need an SP404, says Mobtown. Indeed, they are out there. Can you play the piano on Western World Remix? Holy crap. Rem, are you just like, do you just have my discography open up right now? Are you just like scrolling and clicking random songs and asking questions about? In a Western town, Western world, it's hard to find me. Yo, I gotta text her. There's a lot of people that I've like worked with or like done work for that I don't talk to, and I think it's because I just automatically assume everybody hates me, and so I'm like, oh, they got what they wanted out of me. I guess I'll go back to my cave. But like, I don't know. I should probably message her. She's amazing. She invited me to like this. I was invited to. Hmm, I don't know if I should say that story. Rem says I was, but then I went into my playlist and then asked about those songs too. I knew it. I knew it, Rem. I done figured you out. Chicken Nugget Times is Klaus, who I guess is getting chicken nuggets. If you're not part of the Discord already, please, says Cyber, who has linked to the Discord. I will say just lightly that I was invited to a really cool party that Solange does in New York, and I was on my way there, and I got in a fight so bad that my clothes got ripped, and I was like, I think I'm not gonna go to this party. Also, I don't feel like it. I'm in a bad mood now, and I ended up letting a lot of people down because I was so like in a weird state that I didn't text them and tell them what happened to me. Anyways, I need to text Lion Babe. I haven't texted Lion Babe since that weekend, and I feel like I left a bad impression where I was just like, yo, not in the mood right now. I can't do it. And it's like if somebody invites you to a really dope party, you can't just be like late and then also be like, yo, I'm not in the mood right now. Friggin' it's wild out here. Anyways, you got invited to a Solange party. I don't want to say a Solange party because that sounds like really exclusive. Well, let's just say, let's say I was invited to a like an R&B party, like a summer rooftop party that happens in New York City, that Solange regularly like throws not by herself but like with other people. And like Olu goes to, if you know Olu Bliss, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. I played shows with him a lot. It wasn't the first time though. I've like been invited to those things before, but I like don't live in New York, so I never go to them. There's like a. Do you guys ever? I mean, I know you guys do because you guys have been in group chats. You know when people like are like, "Hey man, we're all going out today," or whatever. We're all going out to this. Like, yo, like Omni, where you at? And it's like, guys, I do not live there. I don't live there. I'm in so many like group chats with like producers and like random like mixing engineers and managers of things that people are like, oh, we're all heading to the Halloween party. Omni, where you at? And I'm like, yo, it's a corn. Why is everybody partying? By the way, first of all, why is everybody partying on Halloween? But secondly, guys, I've never showed up to one of your parties. I don't even know why you keep messaging me. Anyways, she invited me to a party. I love her. I love both of them. Lion Babe is two people, and I love them a lot. They're really great. But um, every time I go to New York, this is how the literal existence in New York is. I go to New York, I show up early before my show, so I have a day to just walk around Manhattan and Brooklyn. Then I play my show, and then after the show, I have a few days. Somebody invites me to a really dope party. I go to the party, have one of those very classic New York nights, you know, where you don't get home until like 5 a.m., maybe 6 a.m. And then the next day, I'm just kind of like hazy and I'm chilling and I'm feeling myself. And people are like, oh, we're going to go do this thing. And always something happens. Always on the last day, something happens in New York City. It's not always bad. Maybe it's just I missed a flight. Maybe it's this train line is closed down. Maybe it's I get in a fight. Maybe it's I get in an argument on the phone with somebody back home. It's always something on the last day in New York. It always goes sour. Back before Sky moved in, me and Sky were hanging out in Chinatown during my last day in New York, and we got it was actually really great. We got food and it was cool. We were talking about music and stuff like that, and then wow, so much changes. That night I did get into a fist fight with Redacted in New York City before he moved to LA. So that was a time. Yo, my life is wild. I've like really chilled. This is like the cool part. This is like the cool part of my life, I think. This is the part of my life where really whack things happen, and I kind of just look at it and go, "Hey, man, I'm gonna chill. I can't get too excited about this. I'm not gonna get like, I'm like already turning into like an old like curmudgeon. My daily visits to dialysis. Um, I used to. I mean, I see your comment, Close. I just used to be a little bit more clap happy. People used to not have to say too much to me for it to be like all right, what was that? Now it's more somebody says something wild to me and I'm like, all right, all right. I see how you're living. I'm gonna go home. I got food at home. I got food at home. I don't have to sit here and take this. I've turned into like that guy. I've turned into basically what like 15-year-old Omni would call a punk. I've turned into a punk of a man that just, you know, all it takes, all right, all it takes is like one bad fight for like me to be like paralyzed from the waist down or something. This got dark. All right, I'm gonna start going over news. I have music out, guys. Signals, it's jazzy. House of Omni, it's collaboraty. That was one of the songs from it. Tall Tales is very experimental. Nice Dream is poppy. Love Dream is lovey. Speed Dream is speedy. Daydream is orchestral breakbeats and drum and bass. Lush Dream is very chill. It's boppy all over the place, but chill first and foremost. We've talked about several songs from Lush Dream. We talked a little bit about Dimmer Switch. And we even talked about Dark Rose. And so go check out those songs. They were followed by a sister EP. I call it a sister EP because they were going to be part of one album, but I split them into two halves and released them separately. The first half is called Quick Breath. It's got a lot of like housey, boppy, bouncy songs. This song that I'm playing right now is called Follow Me. It's with another talented producer, songwriter, and lyricist and DJ by the name of Abby Press. And that is followed by an EP called Ego Death, which is very, very washed out, reverby, ambient, super chill, kind of sad, depending on the mood you're in when you listen to it. Collection of work. And all that stuff can be found on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube, which we're on right now. There is a lot on YouTube, a lot of exclusive stuff from remixes to music videos to Quarantunes, which is a weird combination of like weekly short tunes accompanied by music videos I shot in my bedroom. Oh boy. I haven't gotten into many fights, but I've won all of them, says Cyber. That's sick. That's sick. I will say this. I will say I've won all of my one-on-one fights. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Superman. I have been jumped, and it did not go. It wasn't Bruce Lee. It wasn't Bruce Lee versus 99. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like, and then that dude never came back. It was definitely a, and he went down for a second, and he definitely came back. He did get back up. He was A-okay after that. He healed okay. But one-on-one I can do okay. One-on-one I'm good. Oh, you playing Among Us, right? Right? There's a whole server for it, and I still haven't played it. I think that something really weird happened with me in Among Us, and I haven't played it for a little while. But I am going to get back on it. I keep saying that. It is going to happen. It's going to happen. It just hasn't yet. Have a whopping Wednesday, says Liana. I will try my best. Maybe I'll have a Whopper today. I haven't had a Whopper in ever, so maybe today's the day that I have one for the first time. Never had a Whopper, never had a Big Mac. Never had Lil Wayne, never had Drake. Something weird happened, says Lindsay. Yeah, in my brain. I think that having to lie a bunch to like my homies started like making me sad. I think like playing Among Us with my friends and having to like just lie to them over and over was taking a toll on like my brain or something. I don't know. Thank you for the stream. I was listening. Meanwhile, I was tattooing myself. Oh heck yeah. Easy Door. Can I see what it looks like? If it's in a dope spot, can I see what it looks like? Dope is up to your interpretation. I had Five Guys yesterday. Oh, good for you, Leon. I love Five Guys. I had Five Guys 2 days ago. Maybe I'll have that today. I don't know. They have a Five Guys right next to a Randy's Donuts now in Pasadena, and boy, talk about a heart attack waiting to happen. I'm gonna do it. 90% of my tattoos are made by me, says Isadora, because Isadora's freaking dope like that. Isadora's so dope. I want to try Five Guys again. It's been 84 years, says Cyber. It misses you, Cyber. 4 out of 5 guys miss you there at the burger place. I love tattoos, just don't have money for that. I like tattoos in theory, just don't have whatever. Oh, what don't I have? I don't want things on me. I don't like it when things are on me. I can't work again here. I hate so much in a pandemic. I'm really sorry, Isadora. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's been really rough on a lot of us. Word. This has gone so long, guys. But I think, and there was no medley, by the way. It's gone on so long, and part of it is because we did get a lot of good suggestions in for season 3. Thank you. This is not the last of the talks. We will keep doing it. We will keep doing it. I have a lot to think about. Some really important things that I'm taking away. Not that it's more important than anybody else's suggestions, but the things that are at the forefront of my brain, right here where my third eye would be, is the space looking nicer, right? Production, better. Look better. Look like you live better. That's at the forefront of my brain. The other thing that's at the forefront of my brain is that the stream can be more difficult to produce and also be less frequent. That is a thing that I don't like saying out loud. I don't like the stream has become kind of like a teddy bear, right? For me and maybe even for some of the rest of you guys. It's become like a thing. It's built into the function of my day. And if I don't have the stream, what else am I going to do at 9 a.m.? So the idea of not having the stream can be rough. Like doing a Tuesday stream and a Friday stream and that being it. The idea of that is kind of rough. But, you know, let's be realistic. Cyber's being realistic, and I appreciate him for doing so. And for one, you got those colored lights on me, so I think small things like that can make a big difference. I do have colored lights that are not very visible in the day. They're very dim. They're pretty cool for nighttime streams. Like when I used to have my evening streams, I even have like colored light bulb in my room. That would be really cool for the nighttime stream, but it's just, yeah, in the day it's rough. There's so many things that are like, it's almost like it's like that puzzle. What is the puzzle where it's like a log and you have to like, or it's a boat and you have to get the fox and the cat and the frog or whatever across, and it's like, you've got to be, it's like you're juggling. Sometimes the stream feels like that, where it's like, well, I could do this, but if I do that, then I can't do this thing anymore, which is pretty important to me in the stream. And if I keep doing this, it like crushes that. Like night stream would be so cool for like lights and stuff like that. I could do so many cool lighting things. But then if I'm doing the nighttime stream, it interferes with a lot of other things. And it's just, you know, it's a logic puzzle is what it is. And so I'm glad that we're talking about it now, because if I waited until 290 to start talking to you guys about this, you know, it would be a nightmare. But I do have those colored lights that literally get no use outside of like Instagram videos. Or Instagram stories, I should even say. Those aren't even really going up on my feed, are they? How's your workload right now before you go, says Jesse. It's pretty nasty. I have a pretty wild commission/project that's due at the end of January, which sounds like a lot of time. It sounds like, oh, the end of January, that's great, that's fine, that's several months, but it's a lot, guys. So the workload is pretty wild right now. But we're in the quarantine, so I feel maybe, I don't know, more available to do it. I don't know. I didn't know Harriet Kid got a release on Multinay, says Cyber. I miss Miles. Been too long since I've seen him. I did know Hair Kid got a release on Multinay, and I do not want to talk about Multinay releases anymore. But I love Hair Kid. Congratulations, Hair Kid. Last time I hung out with Hair Kid, Jesus Christ, it was 2015? Good man, good man, good man, good man. He had a lot of nice things to say to me when I was about to pursue a wild thing. He stepped in and said, "Hey, Omni, I see what I think you're doing. Don't do that." And I said, "How come, Hair Kid?" And he said, "Because only ruin lies that direction." And I said, "Yeah?" And he said, "Yes." And then I didn't go down that path, and I watched my homie go down that path and saw them get ruined. So thank you, Hair Kid. You saved me a lot of trouble and heartache. in 2015. He got married and makes City Pop now. He did get married and he does make City Pop now. He did get married. He lives like way out of the way because when I'm in Japan, I don't even want to see him. Um, when I'm in Japan, he's still so far, like he's so far out of the way. Like good for him. He lives like way out in the countryside. Anywho, we got wait, who are we talking about? We're talking about Hair Kid, some producer who like was very prominent in the same scene I was like 5 years ago, but no longer is. Um, no longer is. Um, White man, move Japan, get married, make City Pop. That's the dream, right? That's the dream. But Hair Kid's sick. Miles is sick. He knows more about synthesizers than I do. He's an nylon suit and plays bass. Look him up. Yeah, he's also a very just genuinely nice person. He's literally like, he had one song a long time ago where it was like a beef song. I don't know if you remember this, but he had a song where he like literally like trash talks everybody. I think he even trash talks Skew in it. It was like a kind of a joke. It was like supposed to be funny, but I remember everybody DJing that song, and it was just like it was amazing. Yeah, Cyber loved it. It was like, yeah, good old Miles. He's good. He's good. But yeah, White Man Joe love Japan. Move to Japan, get married, make City Pop, do the thing. I am still back here. I'm still back here in these amazing states. His Pocari Sweat song, of course. Oh my god. You want to talk about Pocari Sweat? I don't want to talk about that song. The song is very good, though. The song is very good. That song arguably made Pocari Sweat exist to a lot of people that didn't know that that drink existed. Like, there was a lot of people, like, out here who, like, we were drinking it a lot. People in just big cities, I think, that have, like, an import, like, Japanese store were drinking Pocari Sweat. But I think he made that song, and then a lot of people were like, whoa, that's a thing? That's a drink? I want that. It would be like if I made, like, a song about cow piss. I mean, whoa. Go ahead and add that to my notes. Okay, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here and for being active in the conversation about season 3. I do really appreciate that. Thanks for being in it, Isadora. No worries, no rush, Lindsay. Take your time, take your time. I forget, did we hear 253? We did. It was a feedback guitar again, believe it or not. I mean, it was technically guitar harmonic, so it just uses the feedback sound. Wait, hold on. I was in the middle of something before I did end the stream. Yeah, thank you everybody for contributing to the season 3 stuff. I do really appreciate it. This conversation will go on. Maybe things that weren't so clear or easy to me now in stream number 253 will be more clear and easy. Maybe they'll become more possible in stream number 270. Who knows? So I'm glad that we're talking about this stuff this early before it's too late. Today is Wednesday. I do have a lot that I need to do today. I'm actually going pretty far out of LA with a homie that I haven't seen since 2017, guys. He I hope he's okay. It's weird, man. It's weird. It's weird. Everybody in LA does this thing now where it's like they link up with one friend. They're like, hey, you want to get out of here? And we all go to the mountains or something, or some lake, but going pretty far. Hey, what's up, gaming montages? Welcome to the end of the stream. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. I need to scroll up because there was something that I was in the middle of getting to. I was just going to say one last thing about Miles. For the people that aren't familiar with him, when I join every scene, you always have two things, right? You have your homies, you have your OGs, and then you have your little gremlins, the people that are beneath you. The people that you don't need to talk to because you're better than them. Joking. The people that are newer and less experienced. When I joined, for example, the punk scene, when I was playing bass in a punk band, there were OGs, people that had been in punk for a lot longer than me. There were gremlins, people that were like, how do I get my first show? And then there were people that were my contemporaries, people that were like in my group, or we were like along the same lane, along the same path, at the same level. And when I transitioned from being a part of like the chiptunes scene, kind of into like the post-chip scene in New York, Miles was one of the like OGs that had kind of been around for a little bit longer than I had in that scene, and he did give me not a lot. Like he wasn't like a mentor to me, but he did give me some guidance and just advice on like what to do here. Like this person might not be the greatest, or this thing might be good for you. Things like that. Some of the advice I took, some of it I didn't, some of it I needed to, some of it I didn't need to. But I think that I'll forever be grateful for that. And since I don't particularly talk to Miles much anymore, I'm just putting that sentiment here. Thank you, everybody, for being respectful to me and polite to each other. It does mean a lot, especially when we get into these talks, because I have to come in and be extra. What's the word? Insensitive? I don't know. I basically have to like not be so sensitive that I get my feelings hurt when somebody's like, hey, the stream isn't good, or like this lighting sucks, or like I can't hear your voice. So I have thick-skinned, yes. Lindsay, I have to come into these streams maybe a little more thick-skinned, and I thank you guys for being, even though we joke about it, for being a little light-handed with some of the criticism. I mean, I am trying to hear it out and then do what I can to fix it, but I do appreciate you guys for being respectful, even in those proceedings, because things can, as you I'm sure are aware of, as discourse usually goes online, things can go left really quickly. So I want to thank you guys for always being respectful to me, even during this, and for being. That's actually a good sound. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Melward. Anyways, thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I will see you guys in tomorrow's Thursday stream, Morning Medley, number 254, which is the last stream before the production stream. If you do have any other questions or anything, go ahead and join the Discord that Cyber just linked. I wasn't a lot for some reason last night. I think I was just trying not to look at the news, and so I turned to Discord. So thank you all for entertaining and engaging me while I was running from the news of the world. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Abo. Oh, I didn't make a smoothie today. There's nothing to grab.